First of all, I love Rainbow Six. I played it a lot before. Actually, I played it off stream. One of the rarities I did play off stream. It's awesome. So they're having something crazy right now. We're going to be co-streaming it. It is the Atlanta Showcase. Wow. All the big dogs, hard hitters. Whoopsie, I'm a little bit late. Ooh. Uh-oh. Is it E-Rob here?
Frankie there, Diamond 1.
Some familiar faces that you might recognize.
Hold on. So yeah, we're going to be co-streaming this. Eric! He is there! There's E-Rob!
Right there with Uzi. That's my boy.
Sheesh!
Uzi should be a familiar face for those of you that follow online. And Team Pengu, a team of names that you've seen and heard before, but...
That's who we're rooting for, by the way.
I think that's...
Damn,
guys! You were talking about.
Yeah, I think
if I was there.
I don't see Pengu just yet.
I don't see Pengu. I used to work.
Anyway, we're gonna be watching this. One second. I want to shout out and say thank you, Ubisoft, for sponsoring the stream.
The new game mode. You heard it here. Not just Siege, but something brand new. After that, we're going to talk about updates to the core of Siege, the game that we know and love and have spent much of the last 10 years playing. And then how about we finish off by showing those changes in action.
Is this a new Siege? Is that what's happening? I mean, yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Honestly, Parker, I am so excited, to say the least. I don't know which one I'm more excited for. There's so much that we are going to be showing and exploring. And again, I am just absolutely thrilled to be here with you.
We've got to run a tight ship, so both of us are talkers, so we're going to have to be a little bit brief. But before we get into the action,
rules.
I'm going to need your help. Do me a favor. Connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, because later on in the day, we'll be announcing a very special drop for
a new car
watching through either this stream or one of our partnered streams. But before we unveil what it is, make sure your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts are linked together. I, as well, am very excited.
I think that's the only way to put it, and put the emphasis on the X.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we'll be giving away keys. Just an FYI.
Tomorrow, and there's a lot to unveil. Of course, a new game mode is something that will surprise people. I think that the updates to the game are going to be pretty spectacular as well. But enough from us. How about we say to two of the greatest minds at Ubisoft?
We want to watch the players, bro. E-Rob!
Alex.
Is it Atlanta? It's noon there? Woo!
First of all, let's hear for Ash.
Oh, 1 second.
I mean Patricia, but it's amazing to have the voice of Ash here today with us. Welcome to the showcase. My name is Alex Karpazis, creator of Siege, and today is the day we finally unveil SiegeX.
Are they hero?
And I'm Joshua Mills, game director. After 3 years of work, the wait is over. And we're taking the core Siege experience to the next level.
We have a ton of details to share with you about
and the back's yapping.
Siege is evolving with exciting updates like modernized maps.
No, it's not. This isn't like a Raj angle. These are the actual workers.
And much, much more.
I can maybe turn up louder.
In a few minutes, you will see live gameplay of those changes. But before that, we have a very first SiegeX trailer to share with you. This is the new era of Siege.
Woo! You guys are gonna say I'm coping. There's actually VODs on YouTube. I did play this off stream all the time. I think me and Greek also played it. I think he quit because he didn't like it. Man, I tried to 1v1 E-Rob with it.
to my kids, hereditary rich, rockin' with a legendary clip. What you know about it? We was too relentless for the mud. Stand on what I made for. Say I blew they mind, bet that's what I aim for. We was splitting scraps, now we got a main course. How'd I go from second to commander in the same war? Yeah, I cannot go back, I'm too accomplished. So I'm running with the guys.
And then you die to somebody hugging a corner. GG.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
That's why over the next few hours, we'll cover all of it. We have 48 content creators around us getting set up right now with 4 live matches. And if you're quick with the math, then you've noticed that something quite doesn't add up. That's because they will be playing our brand new 6 versus 6 game mode. The first permanent new game mode since the launch of Siege.
Okay, sorry, I was in like a 40-minute game.
We've taken the strategy, teamwork, high-stakes gameplay that make Rainbow Six Siege so special and built a completely new game mode that's designed to push the limits of what Siege can be. Get ready for strategic plays, unexpected twists, and all-out action. This is Dual Front.
All-out action.
Dual Front is the culmination of years of hard work by our incredibly dedicated and talented team. They explored many different avenues and experimented with expanding the very core of Siege.
Like a burrito.
In the end, the process came down to asking ourselves a very simple question. What if? What if we could expand the size of squads and have attackers and defenders work together?
Oh?
What if we had one persistent round to settle the outcome of a match with less downtime? What if we could expand the narrative and universe in-game seasonally? What if?
What if?
One of the answers to these questions was to design a brand new, ever-evolving map where the action takes place.
Hi, Richard.
Welcome to District.
Damn, this game's that popular. That is, I mean, yeah, of course it is. I didn't know that. One of the maps. We're gonna be playing it today, yeah. Full outdoor map? Is that new?
District is a new map created exclusively for Dual Front and built to change with ongoing updates. This map is uniquely designed to support the exciting gameplay of Dual Front and create new possibilities we've never seen before in Siege. Let's break it down. 2 symmetrical fronts, each featuring 3 sectors, set up the main framework of the map. Teams must capture one front while simultaneously defending the other as they work their way deeper and deeper into enemy territory.
Capture the flag-ish.
The ultimate goal? Reach the final sector and destroy the prototype in the enemy's HQ. The map's layout balances open areas and strategic choke points, demanding coordination and adaptability. And when I say open areas, this also includes outside.
I said that!
Players will now be able to move between indoor and outdoor spaces, extending their defenses beyond the walls of the building and setting up for some devastating ambushes. So if you don't drone, it's time to start. If the enemy does catch you off guard and eliminates you, you will be able to return to the fight as your currently selected operator or select a different operator for a tactical adjustment.
Like Rez?
Success hinges on balancing offense, defense, and team composition while seizing every opportunity to lead your team to victory.
E-money's
Which
there,
brings
yeah.
us to the neutral sector, a central area where a time-limited assignment will offer you the chance to shift the momentum of battle. Here's a preview of our first seasonal assignment.
Intel has zeroed in on an available assignment in the neutral sector.
Kayla, what
The
are you
enemy
doing?
has started the extraction. Move to intercept.
Like buzzing upstairs.
Op 4 is progressing with the assignment. Move to resecure. Well done. Proceed to extraction.
That's
Excellent
new.
work. You've completed the assignment.
Oh, that's for the... Will you voice acting for this one? I'm not.
The neutral sector is a high-stakes conflict zone where bold plays lead to game-changing rewards. Players can tackle the time-limited assignment that will grant valuable bonuses. It's important to keep in mind that taking this risk means leaving key positions open, as every operator participating in the assignment is one less operator in your attack or defense frontline. The race to secure these objectives is intense, and success in the neutral sector can tip the scales of victory, making it a battleground where split-second decisions and daring strategies can define
Kayla.
the match. With each new season, players can expect a new assignment in Dual Front. This means new narrative, gameplay, and neutral sector map updates.
Dual Front was built from the ground up to use the strengths of Siege, while adding new twists. If you're new to Siege, this is a perfect game mode to play. Everyone is on a level playing field with a single new map to learn. There's also a limited operator pool, allowing players to focus on a smaller roster.
Thank you.
We will be changing the
But
operators
actually have a lot of
in this
is
pool
it called
twice a
agents now?
season, so that a new exciting meta is just around the corner. Finally, we all know that every life is a lesson. Respawn is an important part of this mode, allowing players to experiment and learn through play. You can join the closed beta later today on PC and current-gen consoles.
Wait, console?
Your feedback will help us release the best experience for CJAX.
Now that you know what Dual Front is, it's time to see it in action. Let's kick it over. Let's kick it over to our legendary casters and see your favorite creators.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
All Dual Front has to offer right now.
Thank you so very much. The new permanent game mode that we were sworn to secrecy on, we couldn't talk about it. They said
I
you're
could
not
not
allowed to.
focus.
And we said,
Cleaner's
okay, you know
upstairs.
what? I want to hear how loud
Make
you
your
can
Umi
get.
account with
Now,
Twitch.
remember when I said
Receive
that
your
there'd
beta
be a
code for
surprise
Siege
later
X
on?
Dual
Joshua
Front
just
after
told
the
you
show.
straight up.
I will be
you
doing
can
that.
play Dual Front today. All you need to do is connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch about 30 minutes either on this stream or on one of the partnered streams.
Bro,
you will get a
dropped
Twitch
my
drop
strawberry
of a beta
milkshake yesterday,
code
and
to
I
try
think
Dual
there
Front.
is
Servers
ants
go
on my
live
fucking desk.
when we wrap up here, so in just a couple hours. And it'll be available on PC and current-gen consoles.
Oh boy.
Kind of sucks for the people in the audience that you don't get to play, huh? Yeah, well, that's okay.
You know,
Don't boo me. You're excited. Hey, hey, hey. But
Oh God, the crowd's
heckling.
heckling.
How excited are you for that, what looked like a weapon inspection? They got very, very loud.
I mean, respectfully so. You know, we finally now can inspect it. But, I mean, for Dual Front specifically, I did get to try it. And I'm jealous that they get to play it now, and I got to sit here and talk about it because I truly had so much fun within that time frame that I was able to play. You didn't get to play it.
I didn't get to play
you
it.
Still don't know what it's like.
I have
but
no idea.
Truthfully, it's a wonderful
Get up
game.
and play, bro.
Would you say you were excited?
I was more than excited.
Wonderful.
Okay, that was
We've
a
got
pre-planned
48 content creators here to take us through Dual Front, and in just a moment, we'll be getting into the game. And honestly, because I haven't played it, am just as eager to see it in action as all of you are. We'll be going through how the actual objectives progress. How does that neutral sector actually work? What are the rewards that they get? And how does the matchup ebb and flow? And the one thing that I am most particularly looking forward to is you and I first started playing Siege in year 1. We have got to see this game grow from the very beginning. And if you go back and you look at Siege as a regular game, the way that it was played back in 2016 is very different from the way it's played now.
Wait,
I have
really?
no doubt that Dual Front is going to function the same way. Now, in just a couple seconds, we'll intro our very first set of teams, and it will be fascinating to see how they tackle our newest permanent game mode in Siege X. What are your expectations before we get into the match?
To be honest, I don't.
E-Rob wins.
There's no expectations that can be met truthfully because this is a new game mode. This is an undeveloped area where people are going to be figuring out. We're going to be understanding what it's going to look like, what we can see.
Team Lacey and Team Stable Ronaldo will be the first set of teams.
that Lacey
We
guy
are
on
in the
Twitter all the time.
operator selection phase, seconds
Is he a
out
gamer?
from the first look at
Hey, that's
Dual
E-Rob's
Front.
team.
Operator
Wait, E-Rob's going
selection,
first!
Are you ready?
Come on!
For the next era of Siege.
E-Rob top frags! E-Rob top frags! Let's go, baby!
With our first matchup of Dual Front.
So this is already.
He has no game audio!
When you start, you
He has no
have
game
this
audio!
option
Timeout!
You are choosing from. I believe if I'm not wrong, you will always be at the front, so you can always feel like you are the leader in this scenario, leading your team. But again, what's so unique about this is when you think about Siege as a whole, it's always been 5v5. Now you're
Wait, that's the
adding
head-
the element of bringing a sixth player
he
onto that
danced.
squad,
Pay for it,
which
whatever.
allows so many different ways to approach Siege and how you want to play it. And again, another big thing is you can mesh
And there's E-Rob's
attackers and defenders.
Why is the camera
Now,
swap? Dude,
while
they did
you
it
have
a little
some
dirty.
hands-on experience, and you are a former pro player and a former world champion, it's not your expertise that we're going to lean on here, Gabe. We have brought up both Alex and Josh from the keynote to help us understand the way that this works. Gentlemen, first things first, what a day. What a day. I mean, I think you were prepared for the audience to get loud, but would you say you were a little caught off guard with the enthusiasm
Yes.
that we're seeing?
I mean, we've been waiting for this moment for 3 years now, and we're still not prepared for it. This is
E-Rob
really
top frags.
exciting.
Who are they playing
Teams
against?
poured their heart and soul into this, and now we get to see it live in action.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's always
Wait,
a
this guy's a
reaction, right?
sweat,
You
by the
hear
way.
People, you get to experience that full hand. And
This
it's-
Uzi guy's a
I think
sweat.
It's so awesome to finally be talking about all this.
I'm going upstairs,
Now, the way that you conceptualize this
Wait, do
game
they all
mode
play?
being
Have
played
they all played
might
before?
differ from what we see today.
Look at this guy's eyes.
But
Oh
is it
my
fair to
god.
say,
Yo,
Alex,
this guy's locked in, by the way.
expecting players
Blink!
to literally problem solve as it goes along, and that there isn't really a defined correct way to play
They're trying.
based on when you built the game.
Oh, wait, E-Rob
I
already
mean,
dead?
We've been playtesting this for over a year now, and we're still learning new things, new combinations of operators. This is the first time we're taking attackers and defenders together on the same team, but we're keeping that
Yo, these
attack
guys are
and defend,
gamers.
Philosophy alive, where you have one lane, one front to push, and one front to defend. So yeah, it's all new.
Well, and as I was saying, you know, the key element of adding a sixth player to that squad, I mean,
I thought
Siege
these
the
were
past
like,
10 years has
IRL
been fun.
streamers.
I mean, what was the decision to bring that extra element of surprise and putting a sixth member onto that roster?
Well, one of the big goals we had with Dual Front is to actually make Siege more approachable. So, and one of the ways of
They
doing
are?
that
I mean,
is
they're
to
kind of
lower
like
that social
hugging
pressure of
corners,
having
flicking.
the-
Like, look at
if
this
you die
guy.
in a 5v5.
Like, this guy is that.
4v5,
This
that's
Uzi guy's a
big
sweat.
detriment to your team. So, in 6v6, you actually get to carry that weight a little bit more evenly. Additionally, obviously, the respawn's going to help with that and help people feel more confident and learn over time. But that's definitely a
play
driving
COD?
force there.
I just
Oh,
want to
that ain't
touch on
Rainbow
something
Six
here, and I
Siege,
don't
baby.
mean to interrupt you, but
X.
we've got our first objective at play. Would one of you like to take us through what exactly is happening in the game right now?
Yeah, so the attacking team has actually planted.
Oh, the Uzi guy's a
diffuser,
pro player.
and
Okay.
Now
You
we
can tell.
have actual segments to the diffuser timer. So if the defending team comes in and deactivates it, it might save a bit of the progress that they achieved there. And this is one of 3 objectives that they have to secure now.
that would explain why we have the 3 segments on the diffuser.
That's right.
So if you stop it, it'll go back
Wait, is
to
the round
last
still going
tick,
on?
if we want to call it that.
That's right.
And then you basically paused it. So it functions very similarly to regular Siege in the sense that you have to control the objective, you have to get that diffuser planted.
And I love specifically that you guys talk about, regardless of this being a brand new game mode, you guys are still keeping that core value of what Siege has.
Actually, I should load this.
That tactical prowess and what you can do within Siege. And I think just
That guy's talking
being
to.
able to
Wait,
bring
this
it
Frankie
out
Strings guy's talking to us.
really set up that strategical stand,
That's not good. Yeah.
even more in depth than what we've currently seen throughout Siege.
I mean, that's the magic of it. As when you're playing this, you have to go on the attack. You get the attack, and then you got to go into the defense within the same lane. So it's very
Why did they show an
to
E-Rob?
do there, like bringing a Nomad on attack. Obviously, we've done
Get
that
blacklisted?
1,000 times, but putting her into the defense and making for the post plant, it's all about that.
It's almost like they're fighting on dual fronts.
And now we see that the other team has planted the diffuser as well. So both are active at the same time. Teams have to recoup, regroup,
looks
and
pissed.
understand how they can.
Yo,
recapture
these
the
people
site
got
now
some
that the plan's
experience.
gone
Look at
down.
this guy.
The red team succeeded, it looks like, in their very first capture. So now what happens? Oh. Is Uzi going to get it?
Yeah.
They've already lost 1 tick, as you talked about.
Yep.
And it'll roll back. So like that progress they earned and they fought for, they get to keep, but they didn't get all the way to
Chill,
the next
bro.
sector
Chill.
of the actual
You're playing against
objective,
plumbers.
so that's
Chill.
lost.
And what I'm seeing now with the front
Just
team,
teabag?
they have that first one secured. Now that timer is going. So essentially, does that now force them to now play the defense, wait for that next sector to open up?
Oh,
and
so
then
they don't
make that
respawn.
transition with that rotate?
Yeah, that beat there is actually leading into essentially a prep phase for that new sector. So our attackers in that lane are going into prep, using their drones, looking forward, or they could rotate in through the neutral sector over to defense and help shore up your own defense.
Now, I do want to ask you guys, because you've obviously had some
Let's
time
go.
playing through it. What is your ideal lineup that you've ran the most, that you've experimented with the absolute most, whether that's on the defensive side or the attacking side?
They're bouncing.
They're bagging,
They're
baby.
just very excited to play the game.
It's amazing running Nomad on defense.
Seems like, what do you
like it.
geek
never
a lot
experienced it before, and just doing that is amazing.
I'm about to say, you'll never hear anything coming from me in terms of Nomad with how much I love
where is
it. I think
E-Rob?
Parker knows that as much as well. I played flank watch aggressively, so the fact that you can use those air jabs on defense to get those sound cues, to get that quick reaction, to net one of those eliminations, I mean...
They come back,
Nomad's
don't they? Or are they
massive.
just dead for the round?
I mean, Gabe, when you played professionally, if there was a spot on a map to be as far away from the action
you were
as
so
possible,
ass
you
you
were
play
there.
this. Bro, I hit
Absolutely. So
low
you
diamond.
110%
are you
find
saying?
me at that neutral sector, where I am not
In
going
like
to
a
be
month.
the
I'm a
victim, but I am
gamer.
going to be trying to lurk my way through and see what is open and what isn't.
Now, one thing that you mentioned while talking about the game was that you're going to be swapping up the operators twice a season. Now, what's the thought process?
E-Rob got a
behind
kill!
which operators you bring in, which operators you bring out, and will it be a full-scale
Let's go,
swap?
Rob!
Are we talking every operator is gone, or are you just going to bring in a couple and remove maybe some particularly strong or weak ops?
Yeah, so one of the big
Those
things
are the
is
kill
we want to
feed.
make sure that the Pathfinders that are earned through our newcomer challenges are going to be available at all times. Again, like you always want to be able to have some of your ops to be able to play.
Oh my God,
But
the Uzi
outside
guy's
of
dead.
that, We're going
Winnable.
to be almost doing
Press
kind
tab,
of like
press tab.
crafted meta or ideas
Through the
around
frag, E-Rob
maybe put
died.
a lot of hard
Through the
breach, maybe
fragless.
put a lot of trap, or maybe remove both and see what happens now. Like, what can you do if you don't have electricity available to you? What can you do if you don't have, like, you know, a lot of area denial and so on and so forth?
So I don't think this was mentioned by you guys, but what I am noticing is I'm looking at the character, the utility, it's
Desensor?
regenerated.
Did Eric say something controversial?
This is a
Like,
way that we can actually
halfway through the
balance
stream?
the operators over a long period of time. We're talking rounds are lasting about 15, 20 minutes. So you can actually stack quite a bit of utility if you don't have this new system, and the team worked really hard on that.
Okay, we'll follow up with that. So are you saying
They
that
should show 'em
Capcan
soon.
can essentially lay down 6, 7 traps at a time?
I'm going to take that one.
Okay, E-Rob just got
So
a
one of the
kill
things about
again. He killed that
regenerative
joke guy.
gadgets is that you can deploy based on the max that's been determined for dual front. So some of those values may differ from the core Siege experience, but additionally, whatever your last place gadget was, if you place a new one, it'll destroy that one and then move forward, just to make sure things are
And he
in
died
line.
for Ronaldo.
You're telling me I can't
Look
put
at
down
this
20
guy's
capture
eyes.
traps and just sabotage the whole
Yeah,
map?
I mean, if we rewind time a couple
He
years
is
ago, we
third
could
from
have.
the bottom.
Let me be honest, like, it became an HR problem. So
I was actually, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking, I was like,
My
what
eyes
if
can't
someone
react
just
in time.
brings Mira and just lays down a lot of her windows and then immediately transitions off of that to a different operator and then uses them.
I'm thinking the Maestro. You
This
just
guy's
swap
just there for a
evil
good time.
eye cams over
Go,
and over
Frankie.
and over again. You got unlimited laser beams.
We already thought of that. So if you're repicking your operator,
Bro,
the
now
operator you
I'm
were
like-
previously, all their gadgets disappear, and then you're jumping back in with a new operator to do a new strategy.
additionally, you can actually see as operators are being swapped out and respawning, they go back to being unknown because we don't know who's coming up in that lineup again. So that's another thing you'll have to adapt to as you're on the field.
I'm not a developer. I don't balance this game. I can only imagine how tricky it has been to find a way to make everything work. But before we get there, one of the beautiful things about having all these content creators in person,
Bro, I
is that
feel
we
like
get to
I
hear
keep
from them
feeling
live
something
in
on
action.
me. Wait, did they
Patricia
show him?
Has an interview.
Dude, I
ready
thought I
for
had
us
something
down on
crawling on me.
Thank you, guys.
GG,
I
I'm
am
gonna see him
here
again in
with
half an hour.
Skittles. How you doing?
Doing great.
Skittles, I would love to get your first impressions of Siege X. How you feeling about it right now?
I'm absorbing everything. This is like completely new game. We got a big map, more operators. Like it's insane. I'm just trying to like take everything in right now, basically.
I can imagine. Are there any particular things that you're focusing on or interested in seeing in terms of the new updates?
I'm just really excited about the gun inspection. After 10 years, we finally got that.
Is this like an
and,
OG?
oh my
Is there
God,
something
all the
flying
skins
in
we
my
have
room?
now, it's so worth it. It's so cool.
Very cool. Well, I won't take too much of your time. Get you back to playing. Thank you so much.
Skittles does a lot of YouTube work, and I know that the weapon inspect element will be excellent for thumbnails, so that will make it a lot easier for content creators
next team?
to advertise their stuff. Let's dive into the next matchup that's happening at the same time, and it's a little bit of the old versus the present, one could say.
Wait, is this
a
the
former
same
two-time
game, or
world
do they-
champion of Pengu versus a current major champion of Spoit, as it's Team Pengu versus Team Spoit. And
Wait, did they just,
there's
like,
a
switch the
competitive
games? Wait.
mindset between these two teams that is, maybe I would say, unlike a lot of the other matchups we'll have today.
I mean, how competitive can it be? I mean, Spoit's beating up on a retired old man of Pangu. Like, give him a break. Let him breathe a little bit.
There's
I'm
different games
fascinated
going
the way
on at
that
the
this
same
mode is going to
time.
be approached, right? Because Siege casts such a wide net. There are people who are going to play it on PC. There are people who are going to play it on console. There are people who are going to
assist.
play it in casual. People who only play ranked. And then you've got people who are playing on high-end gaming PCs.
Yep.
People who are just sitting at home, playing on their couch, listening to music, playing casually with some friends. And when you look at a mode like Dual Front, do you think it's the type of game mode that can catch
You showed
all
him for
of
10
those
seconds and
players
he missed it?
provide a
I know,
compelling
bro.
experience for each one?
Yeah, when we were talking about dual front, first of all, Siege is challenging. That's in our DNA. We'll never change that. But dual front makes it more accessible. You can respawn. You can repick your operators. You have more players
so you
on
don't
the
gotta wait up
table,
the
so you can
round.
try out new things. So all of this adds up to a game mode that, honestly, everybody's at the same level, on the ground floor, and they're able to jump in and have immediate impact.
Well, does the game, like, predetermined
was
to
gonna
last
follow
30
up with,
minutes,
I mean,
or
we
does
talk
it...
about- we obviously talk about
It
the
can end
casual
earlier.
nature, me coming from that competitive background. I absolutely do love the approach here, especially as we do know, Siege is a very complex game, but that's what makes it so unique, so fun when you can actually learn it. But what I really like about District specifically is it's symmetrical. It does really
It's
allow
objective,
you
you
to
can
learn
end it
from one
earlier if
end
you
to
get
the
them all.
other of just the basic functionalities of how Siege is played, whether you're playing horizontal, whether you're playing vertically, so you're not getting confused. And for a new player, that you can come in and be like, okay, this is what Siege is like. So
Okay.
then you bring that into the other maps. And then I did also see.
mean, they're all
not
locked in.
every
Is there a
single
prize?
operator is able to be played, and I think that also is huge because, as we know, Siege has a lot of operators and continuing to grow as the game continues to go further on. So I do genuinely think this is a great approach for not only a competitive
I
standpoint,
can't
but
switch
most
the screen.
importantly also
I have to stay here, so I guess we're not seeing
No, I'm
Erup's
very
game then?
excited to see the way that it shakes out. Have you two noticed anything that's happening at this current point in time that has caught your eye that you maybe weren't expecting at the tests you've done over the last year or so?
I mean, I saw someone do a breach. I literally have never seen someone do, like in all our playtests, breaching in onto the stairs of the second sector. Like that side of the site, like I don't usually see people like pushing through there. They usually push from top floor or walk up the stairs, but never breach the wall and jump right into the stairs. So
I mean, the guys are shot calling like money's on the line.
We've got another interview ready from TikTok to Twitch, and now here in Atlanta,
TikTok?
we've got Titanium Rolo down on the stage. With
interview! Hey, Rob!
Thanks, guys. You've got it solid. I am here now with Titanium Rolo. How you doing today, Rolo?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful, especially now that I'm with you here. I'm already like fast friends. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the neutral zone in the middle of the map?
So I think the neutral zone is actually really crucial, and I think that from the times that we've played it, we've not focused on it enough. There's so much focus on either attacking a base
how long has this been
or
out?
defending a base, but actually so many people go to the neutral zone that if you manage to get control of it, then you can kind of completely control the flow of the map, and I think it's going to be way more crucial than we've given credit for it. And I'm also hoping, since I like Easter eggs, I'll find a couple of Easter eggs around there too.
I wish so many Easter eggs for you. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to playing. My pleasure.
Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, the Easter eggs that are hidden in all of the maps, by the way, are we going to see any in Dual Front? Do you want to?
I mean, this looks amazing.
Give that away?
Definitely first jump into the beta, check it out yourself, find them, because
I will be playing the beta.
Right. And for a reminder for those of you, we're going to say this a lot. I apologize if I sound like a broken record. But the thing is that the more I remind you that maybe you might actually be able to get to the game yourself, we are doing beta code access for Dual Front. That is on right now. Once we are done with the showcase, you will be able to play Dual Front, providing you link your Ubisoft Connected Twitch accounts,
downloading it right now.
and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streams. You will get the code after about a half hour or so, and you can start playing this game mode later today. I don't want to know what he's... Oh.
Yep. Easy! Okay,
so
we see you, bro.
Status update in the match right
Wait, how did
now,
he know the
both
camera was on
teams
him?
are trying to capture the second sector. And actually, I think beta team just lost theirs. But there's an assignment that's coming into the map. That's the neutral zone.
I mean, people are
We'll
watching
have
this?
a new objective that everybody has to jump into.
And we have to grab a hostage. So while up to this point it's been
Holy
like
moly.
the typical quote-unquote siege where you have to get the case down, now we're going back to the old ways of the hostage being involved.
Yeah. And not only just that, but the hostage is.
Oh, they got drops.
Because we lost her at the end of the Assault on Hereford event. So this is
Bro,
where that
I'm
narrative
playing the
starts coming
beta,
in when
but
we talk
I'm
about
not
seasonal updates.
Not with you.
I want to say, so when you grab the hostage here, if I'm not mistaken, you have to bring it to the other side, the enemy side. So what Anne is already doing this wrong. She brought it to her, I believe, thinking that they are going to get that extraction, but they actually need to bring it to the opposite side and make it far more
shit, is that
challenging
silly Anne
than just
parsing on him? Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. It used to be like you can see as soon as it got the hostage got picked up there, the icon shows up to show you where the extraction point is for you, and the helicopters are coming in the next 30 seconds. And that, oh man, like again, we're talking about audio and everything. Hearing
gives you a point,
helicopters
right?
come in
Yeah,
during
I
a
agree.
siege match. Oh, it gets your heart pumping.
Well, I want to say,
Don't board it though.
I want to say, me and you actually went through this moment together when we were testing this out the other day, and it is when you were talking about the heart stumping, and especially like let's acknowledge you can play outside now. Like that is a huge thing.
I said that when I first solved it.
You're going to be shown. I mean, again, these operators, that is just evolving a meta right there. All the shields you're seeing being
Castling off a door outside? What am I watching?
Exactly. But no, like I was saying, back to that. It is very intense when you have to run to the enemy side with this, trying to get that extraction up while they're up and coming, spawning, holding those positions from outside, waiting for an ambush that you're potentially running into. You were actually doing a very good job at leading that. You were like, all right, Lax, I need you to get in front of me. I need you to clear this. I need you to clear that. And we did end up doing it successfully.
Yeah,
he's
honestly,
right.
Like, regardless if we talk about the match being, like the game mode being approachable, we get real competitive.
Oh, absolutely.
You mentioned that Dokkaebi is the one to grab here because of the actual
They had to
lore
swap
of the game. Now,
games?
there are a lot
The
of
E-Rob's
people here at
game
this
ended?
event dressed up in cosplay, and lore in Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, give them some applause. They work hard. The lore in Rainbow Six Siege has steadily increased to the point now where, you know, when I first started playing, and he first started playing, there was basically none. Will lore play a part in Dual Front, and will the events of future seasons find their way into this game mode?
So that's actually what we're trying to do with Dual Front. Bring some of the story into the game proper so that you get to experience the story itself. And so every single season, we'll be weaving in.
You play RS6 at launch 10 years ago? Yes, I did actually. Was that really 10 years ago though? But yeah, I did. I played it and I got low diamond.
What benefit does that
They do the ranking systems a little bit backwards though. But yeah.
Yeah, they both just did the exact same thing.
Do they throw Dokkaebi into the net?
Well, they got
Is
to
that
take
what
it to
they're
the right
supposed to
extraction
do?
point.
I'm not.
But whenever they do end up getting it to the right, getting hostage to the right extraction point, and then having her airlifted out, you actually gain 2 sectors of the current objective or the next objective that you're going on. So if you have 1 sector left on, say, sector 2, it'll click forward on.
Yeah, I know, but
okay.
their numbers are
so
backwards,
that won't. So, like for example, on Bravo's side,
guys
they
jumping
already
up for
have
joy. There has to be a prize pool,
or not sectors captured, but they have, you know, halfway through.
Actually, yeah, on either side of the match right now, whoever secures the assignment will win.
Oh.
But like, they just have to get them to the right extraction zone, and there's only 20 seconds left to get it done.
And what happens if you don't complete this task? Then it just goes.
They figured it
out. True, and I use a Walmart mouse.
And so this is actually
all right.
All right, it's okay. So this game's done,
and they win. So that's the thing. You can either play for the neutral sector, or you can keep on pushing in one of the fronts and end the game as well.
Like all things Siege, you have multiple ways to pull off.
That's right.
A win.
We went 9 and 8.
We got more games going, by the way. So
you went 9 and 8.
This one is finished, but next
one.
Okay,
who we got next?
We're going worldwide. Raza versus Pestily. Now, Team Raza.
Oh, it's those guys. Oh, I remember them.
Players on it. And I wonder how they'll be able to tackle Dual Front. We saw a more objective focus in that Pengu versus Spoit matchup than in the first. And again, it's going to come down to the way that teams tackle these objectives. Do you go for kills? Do you fight for each of the sections of the map? Or do you battle, as we just saw, in that neutral zone nonstop? And for the Spoit and Pengu matchup, the neutral zone was the way to go. They ended up winning because of it.
But again, that's the beauty of this being a new.
This guy got glasses on? Whoa, what's happened?
Way to play this. You can play it what you see fit, what you want to do. You make those tactical adjustments of whether you're rotating.
Monitors look HD as
seizing
fuck.
a moment, seizing an opportunity, and then even collapsing and falling back if necessary. So again, we are going.
They're fist bumping to win. This has to be worth something.
Played because there is no developed meta just yet that maybe you guys are hiding that you're going to keep for yourselves, and maybe run into you guys in one of these matches and quickly realize, okay, this is what we need to do.
Whatever meta we've developed, it's going out the window as soon as players get into the beta, because players just learn the game faster than anyone else on the dev team, and so that's going to evolve so quickly we won't even recognize
my game just finished downloading.
Well, his game is finished, so let's hear what Pengu's thoughts on Dual Front are.
I am over here with the wonderful Pengu, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. How you feeling?
Excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous, and I came into it. I went 0-3, got no kills in the beginning. I was like, oh, chalk it. But then the teamwork started happening, and next to me started making some calls, and it clicked. We got the W.
Oh, lovely. I'm sort of curious, what do you think about mixing attackers and defenders? How's that feeling?
I love it because it creates even more flexibility than before. Obviously, Siege has been about soft destruction, hard destruction. Now you have stuff like Capcan traps if you're defending, mute jammers. For example, Priest and I, we start defending the bomb site. He's playing castle. I'm playing mute. We're locking them out of the map, essentially. And then if we join them on the attack, we can play more aggressive operators like the Grim, for example.
Amazing. Have you found any OP combos?
Yep.
I can't talk about that because, like, what if people, they copy it and they beat us, you know? So, no, can't leak strats right now.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to let you get back to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patricia. You can take Pengu out of the game, and his former team did, but you can't take the player.
That was an amazing interview. I'm having a great time.
I gotta get my
I actually love
kicks
this
in.
game.
but you can't take the player out of the actual match. He's not even giving away secrets in a show match. Like, come on.
Saving strats for SI.
Yeah, exactly. He's saving strats for the next match. Team Raza versus Team Pestily is up next. A reminder about those drops. I mentioned that we have partnered streamers. Everybody here is streaming as well. And we've got streamers at home that are also co-streaming this.
It's me!
Tune in and get to enjoy the action.
Shout me out!
You want to hear us, but you've also got other people to tune in.
Shout me out!
Now, that matchup between Spoid and Pengu went by pretty quickly. How does that match up with your expectations of a typical game of Dual Front?
So one of the interesting things about the neutral sector assignment is it randomly triggers in the middle of a match between, I think it's like 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Is that right?
It's like first 5 in.
Yeah. We get the drops from watching T1?
So they already were pretty advanced in
VODS,
the match,
can they?
and then it did end. So that's about the time that you can expect.
Really, that's always been your favorite game, and now you get to cast it? I'm not casting, I'm just
and then you can jump into the next one right away. So you get a lot in a little package.
Hold on a second. Gentlemen, I'm seeing something here on your screen. Does your outfit show up on the loading screen before you get into Dual Front?
It's got gamer
Absolutely.
glasses.
You got to flex whatever you got.
I think it's called Skinner jazzing. Raza, that's your own team.
Hi, Sappora.
Well, he's got to take off the shades. I think he's a little discombobulated.
He can't see right now. He's too cool. Too cool for school. That's something that we haven't really seen a lot of, right? Like
the discount codes for the game, we will.
Like
it's free, but we're giving away
Show
codes.
my skins. In Dual Front, you've now made it so that when you load into a game, your outfit and your gun skin are shown off.
So I also did notice when you first initially start out, you aren't just able to quickly run in to a different sector. You are blocked off right there. Is that essentially similar to a prep phase, or?
That's exactly the intent. There is that it gives.
I feel like
time
these
for
are
those in the
Rainbow
defending lane
Six
to actually do their
OGs that
setup
they're
and
showing.
get ready. It gives time for the intel to be gathered by the attackers.
The gun
Let
movement
this
is
be known
crazy.
that the neutral sector is always neutral. So if you want to frag it out as soon as you start, you can go and do it there.
That's interesting.
This guy got shades on as well.
I'm sure there's
We're
a lot of people that
piss
love to hear
chilling.
you say that just want to get straight into the thick of it.
And just like regular Siege,
what?
or core Siege, if I can call it that, destruction is a huge part of this. You talked about it as well. But we just got to see it firsthand. A lot of these teams are kind of treating this like team deathmatch. Beautiful is that? That's the rappel, by the way, that was shown, that you can now swing around corners.
Amazing.
The very first time in our very first match that we just saw that, the crowd went wild. I don't know if you heard that, but no, destruction plays a huge part. I mean, a lot of these teams, again, are treating it like a team deathmatch, but here, you can reshape the map to your advantage.
Yep.
That's right.
Walls
and
and
even,
shit.
we saw it before, you can reshape the neutral sector. In fact, one of the
No,
things
I'm
you've
watching
been
now,
playing
we're
with
playing
is
it a
you
bit.
can jump into the neutral sector before you attack, reinforce where you need to, or open up where you need to, so that you actually lay the groundwork for the match to evolve.
So I did notice within these sectors there are still default cameras that are up. And we've
How
already
do
talked
drops
about
work? You'll get a
regenerative
pop-up in,
utility.
in your
Is that
chat.
the same thing with
Actually,
barricades?
I
The team
don't
just is
know where
absolutely
drops
not attacking. They're more focused
appear at.
on defending. Where they
Does
just
it come up as like a
immediately
pin
fell off? Will
message,
those
or does it come in your?
barricades
Oh no,
back
your
up?
notification
Or is
box
that
on Twitch.
Through and through, once that destructibility is there, it's perfect.
Yeah, once the destructibility is going in place in the match, it's kind of the story of that match. So we allow that to be the permanent beat.
Shows and notification, yep.
So if anything's
Let me,
being
what's up,
broken
Time, what's
down,
up?
like we talked about the cheat code where you got a soft wall, maybe not reinforcing it right away is a good move.
Doc's already got
so you
it,
get
nice.
that second layer of destruction happening. But once it gets direct, then you reinforce it. Now that's a second barrier to stall them out.
Josh is giving that key intel for everyone listening, so you might want to take him up on that. There's a little tricks of the trade of this. Don't barricade right away. Wait for it to start being destroyed.
I feel like there's a lot of lingo being
Another
tossed
interesting
around
thing, though, when it comes to destruction,
that I
you'll
cannot
see that
comprehend.
the barricades are color-coded. And that's because the team that has their own color can tear it down. And so you can see a sector evolve over time as the new barricades of the attacking team come up, because now they're reinforcing it and the defenders have to recapture.
We've spent almost a decade of watching round by round things reset. It's a little bit
show match.
odd.
Some of them are pro
to see
players, some of them aren't.
persistent destruction in this game. So, I mean, you'd see it in TDM from time to time when eventually, you know, a map would be reduced to smithereens. But not only do you see it now, but it plays a much bigger impact than it does in TDM, right? TDM is a fun game mode, but here there's much more strategy, as you pointed out.
I am playing it.
The way you go about it
in a little bit.
Only deepen people's understanding.
I gotta watch these show matches,
you know,
to show them how, like,
that perfectly,
show them that there's levels to
whether
this.
or not that was one of his fellow cap cans or another team's trap, and then scanned it to see if it was, found out it was, and then shot that. Again, that's another thing as a veteran player. When you're going to be experiencing this, you are going to have to be so aware.
I get a drop,
of the utility that is placed around the map, placed around the sector, because you don't know if it's yours. You don't know if it's the other team. You always have to be on alert. So again, it adds such another core development and process that you're going to be going through while playing this 6v6 game mode of Dual Front.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just moments away from starting our last match of the day.
Let's go.
Gentlemen, it's been great having you here, and I'm assuming you'll be riding
playing
along
in
for
it?
that last one. But is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't seen yet, by any chance?
Actually, we've seen quite a bit here that we haven't dug into yet, and we're about to, because there are changes that are coming that you might have seen in Dual Front. They're coming to the entire game.
I can
So
play
we'll be talking
every
more about that
FPS
very
game I've
soon,
played, I've been
actually.
good at,
You're just gonna
including
tease people.
Rainbow
Yep,
Six.
that's
You're
it.
not.
Not even just teasing people, teasing us. We're
Teasing
up there. You
us.
can whisper in our ears before you head out.
Admittedly, we had to tease them earlier on with the new game mode and all that special stuff, but good things come to those who wait. Our very last matchup of the day is upon us for Dual Front, at least. Team Skittles, who you heard from earlier, and Team
Skittles.
Meaty Marley will do battle.
These real
Fun
people?
fact about both of
Team
these
Meaty
team
Marley.
captains, both of them started their careers hiding their identity, and we eventually got a Skittles face reveal, and now we know what Meaty Marley looks like. The question is, game. Will their gameplay be as handsome as they are?
Oh, yeah.
I think they will, but something that really
make sure
sticks
it's
out
what you
for me
want.
with
Tell somebody
both these
handsome?
rosters, if you were to ask me, who do you
Thanks,
think's
man.
the favorite here? I don't have one for the
Yeah, yeah.
simple fact that
Skittles is
your
a
boy
pro,
Roy
okay?
and Atheno look a little deflated in their biceps. I don't think they got their pumping for the day. So you're
Biceps?
definitely going to have to rely on the 5 players, I should say, on each
We're
side
talking about
to
lifting?
pick up the weight from both those two.
I have a slight suspicion as to what the devs were talking about, by the way, because they said there's something that we're changing in regular Siege that wasn't mentioned, but it was briefly shown on the reveal video before this. And then we saw what looked like a pipe on fire, which, as far as I'm aware, Gabriel, there's no operator who puts down explosive pipes.
No, there isn't, and I was curious of that too because, I mean, you know, as chefs, we add tons of ingredients to our meals and for people to digest, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is
guy
that
cook in real
ingredient
life?
is now being added into the gameplay that we all know and love in Siege. Again, we don't have operators that are laying
Good luck,
down
Evan.
these pipes that can be shot.
You're about to
Is he
learn
gonna
what
shoot it?
tired
He's not
means,
gonna shoot it.
baby.
And
Stacey,
as for
come on.
what that quote-unquote ingredient might be, the devs will be talking about that later on. I do like that we have a big mix of players here
We get an interview?
in Atlanta. You've got controller players, you've got mouse and keyboard players, you've got Siege vets, you've got former pros, you've got world champions, you've got people who, as far as I'm aware, might not have ever really touched Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I mean, Narcoleptic Nugget. He doesn't touch Siege. I mean, look at the gameplay right there. I know we know him from Siege, but I'm a little disappointed in his gameplay so far.
Dang, there's a
This is
show
the man
match?
whose biceps you made fun of earlier.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to regret it because, I mean,
Do you think he could take you in a fight?
yes, for sure. I mean, look
Damn.
at, he's so locked in. Actually, I lied. He just missed that.
Well, it was through a wall.
Oh, was it?
There are outlines on operators as well, because as you might have noticed on the top of the screen, the teams can run the same ops.
They can.
So you can have 2 vigils on the board.
Oh,
at the
wow, I
same
didn't know
time.
that.
We saw in one of our earlier matches there were 2 docks on the board.
Oh,
And
wow.
Those are very important to be able to distinguish, is it a friendly dock or is it an enemy dock?
Well, I mean, that's something that you're going to have to decipher, like I was saying, with the utility that's going to be on the map. You're going to have to keep in mind a mental awareness of, okay,
Oh,
we're seeing it right
what's
there.
this? No, Macy, get off drone!
See, he's not appreciating.
There
okay.
it is.
Oh!
Okay, so that's interesting. So, you know, we talked about operators not being able to lay anything like that, but in similarity to a Capital Bolt, similar to a Goyo canister, I mean, this creates a completely different new look and what we can see in Siege X.
This has been an interesting matchup between these two teams. They're playing it very slow, which is in stark contrast to the first game that we saw.
Regardless, I love this
killing
the gunplay and the way that you can inspect
they talked
your
a lot
guns.
about this neutral sector, and it's coming in pretty quickly. Again, it can spawn at different intervals. This one in just under a minute, and it'll be only 9 minutes into action.
That's
Will
pretty
these
cool.
teams
Also,
pay
the outside
that neutral
maps
sector
are awesome.
And the
I
assignment
called that.
comes with it. The same respect that we saw from that Pengu and Spoit matchup, that is the question. Uh-oh.
Now I am curious how long. Okay, so that flame actually does get put out pretty quickly.
It's not a Goyo canister.
No, it's not.
Goyo canister lasts 20 seconds. That looked like about 3.
That I don't even think 3. Maybe like
Choose your
2.
spawn point as always.
Could be wrong. I'll wait.
Reminder,
I'll wait to
guys,
see
you
if
can
that-
play. You need to attack and defend at the same
Completely
exact time.
unrelated to what we were just
Brand new
about to
game
talk
mode.
about that we might see later.
That means that you can attack and
But,
defend at the same
I mean,
time. People
so
can have the same
far,
operators.
This game mode is intense. There seems to be constant action no matter where you're looking, whether you are the one defending or you are the one attacking.
Now, speaking of, Alpha has to defend against a diffuser that's been put down while also dealing with the hostage objective in the middle of the map. That's the
Objectives
assignment
too.
that has spawned in. So you've got 6 players on your team. How many do you send to deal with that diffuse kit, and how many do you send to deal with the
Casters are
That's the
extremely
biggest thing,
knowledgeable.
you know, if I'm in this situation,
You can tell that they've
I'm
played a
sending
lot.
at least 3. At least 3.
To which one?
To the neutral sector. To go for that hostage and keeping 1 on one end and 2 on the other. So that way you are still covering all of your bases where you need to, covering those sectors, making sure not only you
Valkyrie?
can defend,
Wait,
but you can
is
still
this a new
attack,
game?
but you can still go for that neutral sector. And they're trying to go.
Okay, he has the hostage.
They did get it.
Varsity managed to pull it off.
I am curious if they know where to bring and extract the hostage here, whereas in the previous game, they were unfamiliar, which I think it's going to be the exact same situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that everybody who is playing this game has little to no experience with it.
I would have done the same exact thing if I wasn't playing with Joshua.
Wait, so that's not it?
Fair enough. So again, it comes down to learning on the fly and differing skill levels, differing platforms, etc. You will be able to get your hands on this beta for Dual Front later today. Again, link your Ubisoft Connect.
You
link
can get
your
a
Twitch
drop in
account,
the chat
watch
for a
this
free
stream
beta
or
code.
one of the partnered streams for about 30 minutes, and then you'll be in. You'll be able to play on PC and current gen consoles.
Yep,
Now,
it's now on
it
console.
looks like Skittles might be able to pull it off.
It's been on console. You know what I mean?
Going to.
Funny because we listened to the on-boarder, the don't board the helicopter.
But
When
now
the
you-
Watch
the
R6
literal
live
opposite
stream to
is
get
the focus
beta
here.
access.
I mean, it's up to
You
that
can
one.
queue
Ritz, to
up
shut
if
this
you get
out
a
right
code
here
and
not make
possibly
sure-
play
and
with the big
Skittles,
great
I mean,
Tyler1.
Oh, that was devastating right there. And now he's going to go for it. I mean, again, this is a beautiful thing, once again, is where you're not just focused on the sectors. You do have to focus on another objective, which is, again, it's so unique and
roll
it
up his
still
sleeves, he's
allows
mad.
you to be in control of any scenario at any given moment, to be able to shift, to rotate, to be elusive, that you can't just focus on one thing. You have to shift and
watching.
focus in other places through and through, which
But you
again,
don't
for
watch
new
that
players,
score.
old players,
Newbie.
it allows you to constantly learn and adapt, which that's what Siege has been about for years.
And what you learn about this game mode is going to change very quickly.
Yes.
Assignments will be changing. Oh,
Do it again, do it again!
What's going on?
I
Cheering
don't
for
think
something in the
they're
background.
capable of hearing us. But again, just to kind of underscore how this game mode will be supported, a season in Rainbow Six Siege is about 3 months, give or take, because we have 4 a year, just like regular seasons. Twice a season, the operator lineup will change.
Oh!
Which means that for a
To
lot of
rotate
players,
so the
as
meta
you're
doesn't stay the
finding your
same.
footing,
Wow.
Things will shift. And then at the start of each new season, the assignment will change. Right now, it's rescue Dokkaebi, pick up the hostage, get her to the helicopter, save her, but who knows what's next? There's one thing that I've noticed that isn't present, and that's anything to do with secure area. If you look at the original 3 game modes of Rainbow Six Siege, you have the regular bomb, which is the whole premise of Dual Front. You have Hostage, which is the special assignment, but where is Secure Area? Could it be coming next or coming at some point in future seasons?
Well, we're already getting something brand new with Dual Front, and it already being a heap loads of different things involved. So we could see an entirely different brand new mode introduced. Well, I mean, you know what I mean entirely.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, honestly, everything's up in the air of what could be brought in.
And it allows the developers to toy with the game, frankly.
Yep.
The Siege X formula has been
balance
around,
issues.
It's been tweaked.
You can pull champions out of the rotation and then balance
coming
them,
up in the next
or have a balance
portion
change
of
and then
this
put it back in.
showcase.
So if a operator is too problematic
section.
in the first
But
split, they can take it out.
You can't
fix
really
it in the second
reinvent
split
Siege.
where they rotate,
But
and then by
if
the
you wanna
third split,
experiment,
it's back in.
Dual Front is a great game mode where you can take those liberties and try out some new stuff, and who knows? Just as right now, original core Siege has influenced Dual Front, something could be cooked up for this game mode that is popular enough, maybe one day down the line, we see it in the core game. Maybe not. This is us idly speculating, but again, it gives the devs a chance. Oh, it gives the devs a chance to talk
Good
about
game.
this
Another day in the
new
office
game
for
mode.
And of course he's MVP.
Of course. We've got our last interview for Dual Front with Fastan and Patricia.
Thank you. Hey, Fastan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm so excited to be here. The game's been a lot of fun. It's been great.
Oh, amazing. Thank you for letting me take the time to pick your brain. I actually wanted to ask you about strategy. How's the team strategy been? How's that evolving?
Well, our team's doing really good on the strategy front. I feel like, with the people that we're playing against, people said we were not going to stand a chance with some major winners against us or something like that. We played 2 games yesterday, 1 game today. All I want to say is we are 3-0 up in games because we are taking Dokkaebi as our win condition. If you get Dokkaebi and you Extractor, you actually get 2/3 off a sector, and that's been helping us win 3 games in a row, and it's been absolutely amazing so far.
Oh, amazing insight. Thank you so much,
They're
Fastan.
wait,
really
these
appreciate
Rainbow
your time
Six
being here.
players
Can't wait
are
for more
really good
gameplay.
at speaking. Are they interviews? Nah, they're probably... Nah.
Well, thank you so very much. And again, it's great to have everybody here under one roof playing this game, and we get to get real-time opinions on what we're watching, because we only get to see their perspective, but they get to play it, they get to experience it, and almost every single match played differently.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it goes into what I was saying. This is a brand new game mode. It's unexplored. Everyone is going to be approaching it entirely different.
Interview
whether it's
E-Rob.
gonna be here or you guys later once this all wraps up. It is an unfamiliar area for everybody. So again, there isn't going to be a meta just yet. Who knows? There might not even be a meta in general because there is many factors to take into here that we just have not seen throughout Siege's history.
And if you're new to this stream and just catching up to speed, the game mode we just watched, the new permanent 6v6 game mode coming to Siege X, is going to be playable later today. We'll be giving out beta keys to those who have their Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts linked together. So you can get the keys here. You can get it from the partnered streams as well. You just got to watch about 30 minutes. Then you'll get access to the beta code. It'll go live when the show wraps up later today. But we've got Patricia ready yet again. As I said, this show's going to go quick. I didn't lie. Patricia, take it away.
Let's go, Patricia.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Intero and Laxing. How are you guys enjoying Dual Front?
Loving it.
Ah, pretty cool.
Loving it.
You just heard them talking about some core gameplay updates that we will be revealing in the next segment. So all that's left is for me to set the stage. Please welcome back directors Alexander Karpazes and Christopher Budgeon.
Welcome back, guys. Good to see you. Wait, did he cut his beard? He cut his beard.
Siege X, we're taking Rainbow Six Siege to new heights. Launching June 10th at the start of Year 10 Season 2, this evolution of Siege builds upon everything that makes the game so special. In the first part of our showcase, we showed you Dual Front, our new 6v6 game mode. And there's a lot more to talk about. Siege X will deliver sweeping updates across all of Siege, with a strong focus on modernizing our maps, refining our gameplay, and evolving our audio, with much, much more to come.
Ah, audio's big.
At its heart, our philosophy remains the same. Reinforce what makes Siege so unique. Its deep tactics, intense strategy, and the thrill of outsmarting your opponents.
But before we dive into what's next, we want to take a moment to recognize those who have made all of this possible. You, our players. And I bet there's some veteran players in this very room.
Thank you. Thank you. Even though, geez, that's me.
Your
Thank
commitment
you.
and support over the years has shaped Siege into what it is today.
Go look at my YouTube video.
To show our
Go look. Millions of views on all the Siege videos. I probably got 5 million people to play
This is a
alone.
special way to celebrate your time with Siege. For each year you've been with us, you'll
Oh!
receive a unique reward to honor your dedication. If you've been with us since year 3, for example...
Wait, that's actually me. Wait, I actually get the first year gift.
9. And for those who have been with us since year 1, we've prepared something truly
That's
special.
me!
A new, exclusive black ice skin.
I get that!
This is our way of saying thank you for standing with us through every battle.
Wow.
Every season and every moment that continues to shape the future of Siege.
We also want to celebrate your legacy in Siege with a special badge of honor. This exclusive badge marks the year you joined the fight, a testament to your dedication and journey in the game.
Wait, 2015? I played in
Whether
2016.
you're a recent recruit or a battle-hardened
2017.
veteran, this badge is yours to wear with pride. Now, it's time to talk about an important change that's come into the game. Recently, we introduced crossplay, giving you the ability to play with your friends no matter which platform they're on. With Siege X, we're tearing down barriers, ready to welcome more players that want to experience the best tactical
Mobile.
FPS.
It's coming on mobile?
We want to make it easier to invite your friends to play the game. We want to continue to grow the community. And we want to continue to build this game with veterans and new players from around the world. Starting June 10th, with the launch of Siege X, new players will be able to download the game for free and jump directly into the Siege experience.
I feel like that's the wrong animation, but yeah, wow.
Free access will help grow the Siege community, but we want to ensure that Siege remains fair and protected, particularly for Ranked and Siege Cup. So, let's break it all down so you know what to expect as a new player and a veteran.
Okay. With free access, players can dive into our brand new game mode, Dual Front. Learn the mechanics through our onboarding playlist.
Okay, so these are all free-to-play games.
Have fun in seasonal events.
You can't necessarily play ranked.
And we heard you. Unranked is making its long-awaited comeback.
Hey, there was no unranked mode?
Unranked offers a competitive yet approachable experience for free access players to test their skills and explore the new pick and ban system, which you'll see in action in our show match later on.
So it's like normal draft pick.
Free access players can experience core Siege gameplay and access training modes, earn XP, and unlock rewards. As part of the new onboarding process, players can earn and customize up to 26 operators through play.
Wow.
Additional operators can still be unlocked using the currency they earn to continue to grow their roster. The most competitive playlists, Ranked and Siege Cup, are high stakes and reserved for those who unlock the next level of Siege competition through premium access.
That's fair.
And as always, you'll need to be level 50 to participate.
That's fair.
Also, I want to reassure our dedicated players. You will keep access to everything you have.
Nice. Nice! Doesn't wipe your gear. Nice.
That's right. Don't worry, veteran players. You'll keep access to everything you've earned over the past 10 years. Your access to our competitive playlists, such as Ranked and Siege Cup, your progression, your operators, your inventory, will all be yours to keep and to continue building for the future. No payments or action required to transfer your progress.
Nice.
As Siege continues to grow, we're not just preserving your legacy, we're refreshing the experience for every player. With Siege X, our totally revamped UI will be more than just a new coat of paint. how you navigate through game modes, browse your battle pass,
Wow,
and
very
interact
simple.
with Siege is faster, it's more intuitive,
Yep.
and more immersive.
Looks clean.
The UI overhaul
Feels
also
like I'm
streamlines
really
your experience as you track
about
your
to break
journey
through that
as a
door
Siege
and go
player.
light up
Whether
myself.
you're a veteran bringing in
That's
new
awesome.
friends or a fresh recruit, we've revamped
Wow.
Siege's global progression system. Clearance levels, reward unlocks, and challenges have been improved, making it easier to track your progress and navigate the early stages of the game. Our focus was to make getting into Siege as fun as possible, while giving you the tools you need to learn the deep and rewarding systems of the game.
We're thrilled to welcome new players into Siege with free access.
Yep.
And we know that a growing community comes with responsibility. With SiegeX, we're making sure the game is the most secure it's ever been.
Oh, thank God.
That means industry-leading player protection, fairer matchmaking, and continued efforts to encourage a positive game
I call it
that
fair matchmaking.
welcomes everyone. First, let's talk about game security.
I called that.
Last month at the 6th Invitational, we introduced R6 Shield Guard, our latest anti-cheat initiative. To catch up on the current
cheaters.
status of R6 Shield Guard, let's hear from programming team lead Adrian Fraisse.
Anti-cheat, let's hear about this.
Cheating and toxicity have no place in Siege.
True.
And we won't rest until it's a thing of the past. At SI, we introduced our new initiative, Rainbow Six Shield Guard. Our Siege Shield Guard takes a
Wait, but
multifaceted
banter's allowed,
approach
right?
to anti-cheat. Our QB system distributes different executables to our players, preventing tampering and issuing sanction when detected.
Nice.
Binary hardening is the act of encrypting and hardening our game code to make it even more difficult to tamper with. Our security measures have rendered cheat makers' capacity to come back online much harder,
So
with
they
some
get
of
banned.
them exiting the scene entirely.
Because they gave up.
Gameplay violation, our in-game defense system that allows for detecting players performing impossible behavior within the game, like sprinting while shooting. This system basically renders raid cheating a thing of the past, and we are working to keep it that way.
Raid
Our next
cheating is
line
so,
of defense,
like,
Mousetrap,
you're such a
detects the
toddler.
use of mouse and keyboard in console pools. Our final line of defense is data. We use AI and analytics to detect irregular and exploitative behavior in the game. With SiegeX, our Siege Shield Guard updates live without the need of a scheduled maintenance. Cheats will be harder, more difficult, and costlier to make, and cheat makers won't be able to anticipate security updates before they come in. Our Siege Shield Guard is a long-term investment.
Nice.
We're here to stay, and we can't wait to share more.
Nice. That is great to hear. I'll say it again, cheaters.
We're taking anti-toxicity in the game seriously as well, and we've made huge strides to make sure that everyone feels comfortable playing the game. We've doubled down on our mission. There is no room for abusive language and harassment in Siege.
Oh, yep.
Here's Lancelo Satjay, Associate Director of Player Protection and Game Security, to talk about the systems we have in place.
We know that toxicity has become more frequent in games.
I can banter!
Especially with a constant increase over the past 2 years. But the good news is, since Year 9 Season 4, the past December, we are now seeing the first decrease in toxicity. This is thanks to features such as our rework reputation system that addresses recurrent toxicity while rewarding constant positive behavior.
Nice.
Plus, our recently implemented automated text chat moderation. Since its release in Year 9 Season 4, the number of unacceptable messages has been divided by 2.
Nice!
We are constantly working to improve and balance detections. We are also dedicated to protect potential targeted players with our privacy setting feature.
Good.
In Year 10, the reputation system is fully activated. It means that the most toxic players, the one with a dishonorable standing, have been removed from ranks
Oh,
in
shit!
Siege Cup
That's
matches,
huge.
as they were impacting 25% of games played. Players
How do
with
you
a
get
positive
back?
standing are receiving rewards and specific car backgrounds. The more constructive feedbacks we receive, the better and fairer our systems are. To do so, use the in-game report function or contact us through R6Fix. We are listening to your feedback,
Like submitting a
and
ticket.
player protection will continue to evolve to make sure that the game is safe for you, even more with free access.
Yep. Huge.
Anti-cheat and anti-toxicity are top priorities for us on Siege. And I want to thank Adrian and Lancelo and their teams for their work making the game the most competitive and fair it's ever been.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Now, let's talk about the maps and visual updates we mentioned at the 6 Invitational. We've been listening, refining, and working behind the scenes to bring you game-changing updates to core Siege gameplay.
Wow.
Siege X isn't just about the new experiences. It's about making the 5v5 Siege you love even better. From mechanics to quality of life improvements and everything in between, we're ushering in a new era for Siege.
One of the biggest changes coming to Siege is our modernized map update. We know how important maps are in Siege, and we've been hard at work improving visuals, readability, and overall gameplay flow to make every engagement more tactical and immersive. These updates will enhance lighting and textures and be more in line with the dark, gritty tone that people picture when they think of Siege, all while maintaining the strategic depth players love. But words can only do so much. So let's take a look at how these changes come to life in action.
Wait, did he grow his beard back? Wow! Wow! Looks crispy, clean, fresh, aesthetic. Wow! Oh my god, it looks amazing. Dude, it's like taking something from 2016 and placing it in 2016 modernized. It's awesome. Very clean. Look at that, crispy, just the detail. Like everything's HD now. Beautiful visual. That was awesome.
That's right. At launch, Siege X will introduce 5 fully modernized maps: Clubhouse, Chalet, Bank, Cafe, and Border. After the season of Siege X's debut, each new season will deliver 3 more modernized maps.
Nice. Nice.
We've done significant work on these environments. We've rebuilt the lighting engine to bring more realistic atmosphere with richer contrast and colors. All major surfaces have been redone, with materials looking more real thanks to updated, physically based rendering standards, displacement mapping, exposure compensation, and increased resolution. For PC players, that means an optional true 4K texture pack for the sharpest, most detailed environments
my
possible.
god, beautiful. What can run it though? Like on
For those
PC.
watching the stream, we'll be sharing all of these videos today at full resolution so you can see the difference. Building on the technology of lighting and modernized maps, we're also introducing a feature that adds a whole new layer to tactical awareness: first-person shadows.
Oh! Oh! Look at that!
Now you'll have to think twice about your positioning. If you're entering a room or passing a hallway, you'll be
Your
able to
shadow
see
will
whether
show!
your shadow is
You gotta
revealing
position
location
better
to waiting
if you're in a
enemies.
hallway.
This small but crucial detail makes movement and positioning more important than ever.
Yep.
The reason we can make all these changes and still ensure a competitive experience is because of a major change we're doing in making our enemy outlines updated.
When we talk about stealth in Siege, we want players to focus on how much noise they make, not how visible they are. We always want enemies to be clear and identifiable. The new outline system means, even with the more immersive lighting, enemies can't hide in the shadows. This is a big change, but one that over time feels natural and ensures
It is
a fun
actually a
and
big
fair
change,
game.
though.
As usual, we'll keep listening to your feedback and make adjustments as needed. Another big
So
change
it moves with where
is
the lighting
rappel
is coming
update
from?
in Siege X. bringing more options to the most unique movement mechanics in first-person shooters.
Rappelling has always been a defining feature of Siege, but we knew it could be even better. With advanced rappel, you can now sprint along the wall, and you can pull off what we saw Callie do back in the Playbook story trailer. You can now transition around corners while on rappel, including when sprinting.
Didn't know that.
Here's those improvements in-game.
You'd have to get down or go up, and then go back down or go up. Oh my God. Ow! Oh shit! Is that how they got it right? Wait, what the?
Smooth cornering and sprinting makes rappelling on a wall and executing a plan so much more satisfying.
It's all about giving players more control, making movement feel natural, intuitive, and immersive. This is why we've also taken the time to update our basic movement in the game to include momentum as well. No more start and stop movement, but true flow and responsiveness. Let me give you a concrete example of this in action.
Okay.
Picture yourself moving across the bed in the bedroom gym side of Clubhouse. Before the changes, as soon as you ran off the bed, you would immediately stop running, drop straight down, and then start running.
Oh,
again
it's
once
smoother. You're right.
With the momentum-based movement update, you will continue to run off of short drops and carry your momentum with you.
So it's not clunky.
This achieves a new level of flow and immersion in the moment-to-moment action of Siege. We can't wait to see the creative plays that these changes will inspire.
We've talked visual improvements.
It's a
and
QOL.
movements.
Quality of life.
Let's dive into something that's going to shake up gameplay itself. Say hello to Destructible ingredients.
Oh?
During an operation, every detail matters. Your intel, your loadout, your position, but above all else, your environment.
Oh! But I didn't even think about a game could add that. For like a smoke screen. You hit it with the extinguisher. Makes maps bigger because now you have to play around the fire extinguisher thing. I wonder if players won't just insta-shoot that at the start of games.
All right, I freaking love these things. Destructible ingredients are shaking things up in Siege, bringing fresh tactical opportunities for both attackers and defenders. These aren't just environmental details, they're strategic tools that swing the outcome of combat engagements in modernized maps and dual front. First up, fire extinguishers.
Yep.
You'll see these scattered across the map, and
Like
when
a
they're
smoke
destroyed,
screen?
they release a thick cloud of smoke.
But I wonder if
giving
players
you
just
some
won't shoot
quick
them at the
visual
start.
cover, but that's not all. If an enemy is standing too close when one bursts, they'll be concussed, setting you up for the perfect push.
The guy just on his phone, did they put
Next,
it away?
We have gas pipes, and these can really disrupt the flow of the fight. Shoot it, and it releases a controlled flame, cutting off rotations and forcing roamers to move. But here's the catch. Once the fire reaches its peak, the pipe explodes, covering the area in flames and creating a brutal area denial effect. And finally, metal detectors. You have seen these before, but they're a little more responsive than you've come to know them. Metal detectors are now fully interactive.
Oh? The little beep?
You can disable them temporarily or permanently, giving you the control over when movement is detected.
Well, you make a sound when you do
disable
that.
them to sneak through unnoticed, or leave them on to bait enemies into giving away their position. You can even destroy them outright with explosives.
Yeah, but if you do that, you make a sound and they know where you're at.
These destructible ingredients introduce new tactical possibilities, giving players more ways to manipulate their surroundings and outplay their opponents.
Each of these destructible ingredients adds a new layer of strategy and creates fresh opportunities for creative play. Whether you're using them to gain an advantage or counter an opponent's plan, they'll keep every round dynamic and unpredictable.
I'll use them all when I play.
We can't wait to see the tactical strategies you'll come up with. Destructible ingredients will be available in modernized maps and in the dual front game mode. And we're not done working on destructible ingredients. We'll be listening to all of you to see how we evolve them in the future. Speaking of listening, audio in Siege is one of the most important tools a player can use to get a competitive edge. That's why we're introducing the biggest audio overhaul Siege has ever seen.
Oh. Audio changes these games. Footsteps change these games. Sound changes these games.
Every gunshot, footstep, and explosion will be more accurate, more immersive, and more clear than ever before. You're going to want to turn up your volume and put on your headphones for this one. Get ready to hear the difference.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Everybody shut the f up.
In Rainbow Six Siege, audio has been overhauled to convey a greater sense of accuracy in order to give players more cues to reliably detect enemy actions. These audio enhancements add a layer of spatial distinctions, making it easier to tell if someone is coming from your left or your right. Sound propagation has been upgraded, with sound traveling vertically and allowing players to know if an enemy is pushing from above or below. Sound also propagates through openings created in surfaces, offering more immersion. Sound reverberation is more realistic, relaying whether nearby actions are coming from a big room, a small room, indoors, or outdoors, making pinpointing enemy locations more reliable. These audio innovations offer new tools to adjust response tactics, deliberately cause noise to draw rivals into an ambush, or use carpeted areas to limit the sound of infiltration.
Oh, so if they walk on the carpet, there's no sound, but they walk on the floor.
The sounds of powerful abilities.
It's actually big.
Making for a more immersive, refined, and satisfying tactical shooter experience.
I get goosebumps every time I hear the new audio. With this audio overhaul, every sound in Siege is more precise and immersive than ever. You'll be able to pinpoint gunshots, footsteps, and explosions more accurately, whether they're coming from the left,
Shut the f up in the background, please.
Above, or below. Intel makes or breaks great plays in Siege. With these enhancements, audio has become an even greater Intel asset and is more reliable than ever. Audio will be able to provide the intel you need to succeed, but to truly dominate, teams need to be able to share that intel, coordinate attacks, and call out enemy positions. But we know that not everyone is comfortable using voice comms.
That's true.
That's why we're introducing the communication wheel.
Oh!
A new tool.
Ping wheel!
Communication faster, clearer, and more accessible for everyone.
Wow.
In the heat of battle, communication is key. That's why the communication wheel is so important. It's your new way to call the shots and keep your squad in sync. Need help with a breach or a rotate? Call out the spot for your play. Is an area clear? Let your squad know it's safe to reposition. Ready to make a push? Tell your team you are moving in and lead the attack. And when a teammate makes the right move, confirm it with an okay, or send them a quick thank you to keep the teamwork flowing.
That's like Diamond or High Plat.
The communication wheel gives every player the tools to share their strategy regardless of their playstyle, keeping your team one step ahead.
We covered a lot of subjects.
Oh, yeah.
But what about weapons? We know how much players love their weapon skins, and now, for the first time in Siege, you can check them out with Weapon Inspect. I know, we've been looking forward to Weapon Inspect just as much as you have. Rifles, pistols, shotguns, Siege has over 100 weapons in the game, and you can inspect every single one of them on the battlefield. Now is the time to flex your favorite skins and appreciate every single detail.
Sweet!
You're about to see all of these changes in action in a 5v5 show match with your favorite creators. But before we get there, I wanted to take a moment to speak directly to all of our veteran players and community. I'd just like to personally thank you for making Siege what it is today. I myself am a year one player, and the last 10 years have been incredible. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the revives. Thank you for the adrenaline pumping clutches.
Adrenaline?
And thank you for the EMPs and cover fire as I was trying to open the main breach as my boy Thermite. 10 years of this game and the moments that have come with it are truly something to celebrate. And I can assure you that we still have plenty in store throughout the year to celebrate this momentous milestone with all of you. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years.
Take it off, big man. You're awesome.
We've been building towards this moment for 3 years, and it feels unreal to finally be able to share it. Siege X marks the beginning of a new era of Rainbow Six Siege.
I think I'm gonna cry.
This is our commitment to keeping Siege at the top as the best team-based tactical shooter out there.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is our commitment to the next 10 years of Siege.
Yes, sir. 10 more years, baby.
And this is our commitment to you, our players, for being here this whole time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Amazing.
Rainbow Six Siege has changed my life, and I've had many players from around the world tell me the same thing.
Yep.
Siege X is the continuation of this life-changing game. And on behalf of the entire team, who are working so hard to build on the amazing legacy, we would like to thank you all.
Awesome. Fucking awesome.
The stories you share, the friends you make along the way, and the passion you have for the game inspires us to always make Siege better. And we have one more announcement. As you know, our esports event, Reload, will take place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this May.
Ooh, I'm gonna get those. Let me.
Today
Damn, the code wasn't up long enough.
that we are excited to announce that this will be the first Siege competition ever played on Siege X.
Ooh. Okay.
Everything we just presented today will be there. The modernized maps, the overhauled audio, the new rappel mechanics, the works. Reload will also be the place for us to share with you the full roadmap for year 10 and give you an idea of what's to come after the launch of Siege X on June 10th.
Okay.
Before we jump into the 5v5 show match, I'm going to pass it over to Patricia.
All right. Awesome. Great job, guys. That was great.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alex and Josh. Incredibly exciting updates. Wow. And now, a little surprise for all of you Ash fans out there. Let's take a look.
Okay. Dang!
Well, an awful lot of information, and I didn't really expect it to get so emotional. But to Josh's point, it's not just the devs whose lives have been made better by this game. It's both of us as well. It's many of you. We're not just a community. In a lot of ways, it feels like a family. And for the last 10 years, so many people's lives have been made better by Siege. So from both of us, a very heartfelt thanks to the dev team, to the publishers, to the developers who've worked on this, to the people on the esports side of things, to the streamers and content creators, but most importantly, to you watching. Because we wouldn't be here without you, the community.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surreal moment to be in this historical moment, you know, a decade of Siege, and to think that we're now here with something brand new for each and every single person, whether from the beginning and to now. I mean, it is truly a heartfelt moment, not only for me, for you, and like you said, for everyone around to just be in this moment, to partake in this. And again, thank you to each and every single one of you.
And why don't you give yourself here in Atlanta a round of applause, because you've been great so far today.
Yeah!
I know that there was some onion cutting going on moments ago, but this is ultimately a celebration, and you've been spectacular so far. We are not done just yet. We do have a show match.
Okay, who's playing?
Up. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Oh, okay.
I just complimented you. How are you booing me? I'm right. That's very hurtful.
Maybe weapon inspect? Oh.
I'm weapon inspecting my cue cards. They love it. That's a cheap pop. That's a cheap pop. A lot of big updates to the core of Siege. We saw a lot of it during Dual Front, but now you'll get to see it in action in what is called Core Siege, the game that you know and love, the game that you've been playing for some of you maybe a couple months, some of you maybe a couple days, some of you maybe since the game launched in December 2015. We've decided to adopt another dev, though. We had both Alex and Josh on earlier, and now we're going to bring in our good friend Chris to talk about something else that is a little bit intriguing.
Oh, whoa, how long have you been there?
It hasn't been in the game since the beginning, but it has become a fundamental part of Siege. And I am going to put some blame on you. You're the reason why people's favorite operators aren't available in certain games. We're going to be talking about pick and ban. While we talk about the pick and ban, let's get ready for Skittles versus Meaty Marley in our 5v5 show
Ooh,
match.
5v5.
Yeah, get loud. Come on.
Yeah.
Do better than that.
I feel like that was like the same energy. I'm surprised it's not as loud.
Chris, there's something very different going on the screen right now. Care to walk us through it?
Yeah, we're now seeing our newly updated pick and ban system for ranked, Siege Cup, and the returning unranked.
Wait, aren't the names
so
different?
each team will ban one operator before each round and up to 3 operators on each side. This new system is much faster to get into the action as both attack and defense ban in parallel. It also offers more strategic options.
Did E-Rob win? We don't know. Did they cut away from his game at like halftime?
Which site you want to defend or attack.
They showed him on camera twice.
For example, if you want to defend basement on Chalet, you can ban Ram before the next round. You can also act on information you gain throughout the match. So if you notice they have a good smoke, you can take him off the table and force your opponents to switch up their defense. We are excited to see how this shakes up the meta. You can ban more ops, it's faster, and you have more intel to inform your decisions. We have a specific adaptation of this system for our esports competition. You'll see the esports version of this new pick and ban system.
I think we're playing after the show match
for the first time at the Reload event in May in Rio, Brazil.
Thank you very much, Chris. Is
Look
there
how crispy
anything
the colors
you want
are.
to add just before we say goodbye? We've unadopted you now. You're free to go. While we watch the game, is there anything about the pick and ban that you want to touch on?
I don't want to really touch on the pick and ban because we already went over that, but I will say, once again, thank you so much to our players. Thank you for today. Thank you for coming. The creators, the casters, our dev team.
Co-streamers?
Thank you so much.
And we thank you as well. It's a joint effort. There are a lot of people who worked tirelessly for countless hours to make not just Siege X happen, but this Siege X showcase, lots of people behind the scenes.
Okay,
You get to hear and see our faces, but we're not here without the other people who are operating the cameras, the mics, production, and all of that. So a heartfelt thank you to them as well. So
there we go.
You're supposed to
there
clap.
we go.
You're supposed to clap too.
Caught on in the end.
Now, one of the things that was touched on by the devs was that destructible ingredients, and we saw it immediately. Meaty Marley meleeing the fire extinguisher, and another one just went as well. Now, you can wait and let those destructible ingredients go off
spotted them
in the cut and thrust of a match. Or if you think that they might hinder you, you can get rid of them real early on. There's variation.
It's been so long.
Again,
it's been
it
like
adds
9 years
core
since
element of
8
Siege
years
that
since
we
I
all
played.
know and love, that you can
And I feel
outsmart
like
an opponent.
everybody's
You
gotten
can
so
just
much
get
better.
rid
Like,
of it entirely.
it's like
I
not
love
even the
that
same
you are
game.
able to, whether you want to deal with it or you can get rid of it right away. It gives that
Like, it's hard to, like, I used to know what all this
that
was.
It's not necessarily forced. But again, the fact that this is now another element in these maps, such as Clubhouse, does change the dynamic of how this map can be played. For me, instantly, when I think about rotating, you hit that active ingredient to make those pipelines go off, to cut off that rotate, whether that's an attacker, whether that's a defender doing that, it just creates another element to Siege.
Now the team's on your screen, as you can see, on the bottom portion, Skittles, Eldon, Macy J, Varsity Gaming, and Yo Boy Roy
What
on
a
one
double
side.
kill, what a
Speak
shot
of
by Roy.
You said his biceps looked a little bit smaller,
Oh.
but the man is carrying his team at the moment.
You know, I think he got his workout in. I think the blood's flowing in the biceps. They're filled now. I mean, he got it too.
What is
Okay,
his
he just hit
best
a
stuff?
frost mat, so honestly, leg day isn't looking too great. Can't lift that up unless you don't have a strong core, so we might have to take that back for the next round. But I mean,
shooting?
1v1.
Knew he was
And
there.
Varsity clutches it out.
Oh shit, he clutches the 1v2.
He took him to the academy.
They did.
Your
First
crosshair
round
placement
on
is
the new
trash,
look of
just saying.
Clubhouse. By the way, Clubhouse is one of the 5 maps that have received a visual update / visual overhaul. And as Chris mentioned, we don't just have the pick and ban at the start of the match anymore.
Oh, but before
You ban
each
operators
round.
between rounds. So in round number 1, the attackers didn't want to deal with the Valkyrie, so they got rid of it. The defenders didn't want to deal with a Monty, and now they don't want to deal with the Blackbeard. Hey, let me say this. This isn't an esport event, but even the casual community says, we don't want to play with shields. Let's get rid of them.
These guys
so
aren't
Blackbeard ban and a Bandit ban, and the one thing that you can lean upon from your experience playing is a Bandit ban by the attackers comes in because you are expecting your defending opponents to go to a certain bomb site.
Play
Now,
this game all the time.
It looks like Team Meaty Marley will
past.
go down to basement, where Bandit isn't
Check out my
necessarily
YouTube.
as critical.
YouTube,
Kenny tends to be a
Tyler1
stronger
Siege.
operator here. But no Bandit means that church wall downstairs, it's going to stay intact and will require some other type of denial, which, by the way, Meaty Marley, his team is not bringing at all.
Yeah, and again, it creates a completely
What is
different...
this? For those who are new to Rainbow Six Siege, don't do that. What is that?
Hey,
do what?
It's okay to do that. This could be used in a way that we've never seen before.
Do you think that we're about to witness a new competitive esport meta?
Absolutely.
With a triple unreinforced panel and a lone mirror window?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen, you know, what haven't you seen in Siege? It's endless opportunities, abilities. I just saw 3 cap cans at the front of that door. I don't typically see that. So the fact that we're seeing a mirror on an unreinforced church wall, it makes sense.
Yep.
Going for a spawn kill here, but Ross can't get it done. But back to your point of just, you know, the getting rid of certain operators through and through without each round instead of it being at the very forefront of it, again, creates such a different level.
Let's lock in.
Approach Siege, and that's always
Lock
been the
in, let's
beautiful
lock
thing
in.
about Siege. It's you can't get too comfortable. The meta is constantly shifting, and I think we can all agree that you need to be on your toes when you're playing Siege.
Thank you to Rolo for showing us how the weapon inspect plays in. I will say, with all the changes we've seen, the audience did seem the loudest at the weapon inspect.
Yep.
It has been
rightfully so, but I gotta also
very
say
well received.
the visual enhancements as well. Clubhouse looks absolutely beautiful.
That drywall looks like it was put up yesterday.
I think you could smell it if you were in the lobby.
I can. Smells like a new build.
Yeah, it does.
Which, by the way,
they're playing this one a lot
seems
slower.
like CJX is. Now, we both come from esports, so we're going to take some time to actually cast this like a real esport match. We'll also take some time to be a bit more casual in the way we go about this. And all of these players currently competing know Clubhouse. It's one of the oldest maps. It came with the game in launch. It was the first map to receive an update, tweaking it to make it more competitive for where Siege was at. As the game evolved and we got more operators, maps became harder to defend, harder to attack, and they needed some refreshments. Clubhouse was the first map to get it. There have been a couple since, Oregon, Cafe, Chalet, etc. Varsity Gaming's out here. Oh!
Nice!
Clips, but
double kill!
Varsity just got put down.
Macy and Narco as the last two left. Diffuser running away, and a counter disable as Macy.
Oh!
And he blows the doors off of the defense. Macy as well, one of the OGs, making content since the game basically first launched. There's a lot of Siege veterans and Siege royalty, if you could say that, in this lobby.
Without a doubt.
Nice!
Of course, Macy's gonna
2-0, baby, 2-0.
Plants. I mean, you see his videos that he uploads. Macy does a very good job at capturing how Siege is played at a tactical mindset. He has a very, very good understanding of the ability to outplay an opponent. And again, for that post plant, easy, he gets it done. But again, seeing these bans come out, now the Dokkaebi makes sense. Vigil on a Clubhouse, little skeptical of that.
Yeah,
coming
I'm not
through.
sure about Vigil or
on
Marie
that list that you could
that
get
last
rid of
round.
that would help you on those defensive halves. But, oh wait, no, I believe that's the attacking half. That is my correction. I don't think for the attackers you really need to get rid of a Vigil on here. But again, the fact that you are now able to just get rid of these many operators throughout the game, it's a completely different look.
We are running out of time for you to get access to
Guys,
the
link your UB account with Twitch.
So
receive
if
your
you are
beta
just
code
tuning in,
for Siege.
Hurry. Link your
X
Ubisoft
Dualfront
account
after the
with
show.
Twitch, and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streamers, and you'll gain access to the beta code after about a half hour or so. You hope that Team Meaty Marley are able to bring this one back, because typically Clubhouse is a defender-sided map. The fact that Team Skittles are already off to the races with 2 rounds is a bit abnormal for what we see out of Clubhouse. But hey, it is a show match.
Yeah.
This is not the
Casual.
epitome of competitive, and most importantly, it's not an esports competition.
Well, I think it's just, when you look at Roy and you look at Varsity, he's kind of just taking him to school, and Roy's taking him to the gym. They're both educating.
You can see KD's
Team
on the
Meaty
bottom.
Marley
Varsity Gaming's
on
5-1. Your boy Roy 3-2.
Yeah.
The guy with the hat.
It's a cheeky little angle that we just saw from Rolo in a spot that was popularized in esports called the Adam spot, as there was a player named Adam who at one point in time hid there as a Vigil, went undetected, and then got an ace as he came back. What on earth? Atheno capitalizing off of that. Rasco trading back as Varsity gets 1 for Team Skittles. I feel like I caster cursed this team, Gabe, as it's only Yo Boy Roy and Eldid as the last remaining. They'll plunge through the smoke of that fire extinguisher in the hallway.
2v3.
Marley lets the sledge of Yo Boy Roy swing by. We're not even a minute in, but Rolo blows things up.
Oh!
And Team Meaty Marley is on the board.
They needed them. That was a much needed win.
Get the 2-piece with the C4 from Rolo. Again, that's going to be a TikTok clip that I'm sure she's going to upload.
Oh,
as
for
soon
sure.
as
For
possible.
sure.
They're all, hey.
Oh, yeah.
They're all farming clips.
All right, we're going to ban
They're all farming
two
clips.
people here.
Okay.
Sunspot
Another
has now
ban.
come in, so as was discussed by Chris, but Gabe, you can touch upon, when you're on attack, you ban a defender.
Correct.
When you are a defender, you ban an attacker. So gone are whether you want to remove one or the other. Now it's just locked in, you tackle it head on. Team Skittles, whatever bomb site they go to, which looks like it'll be one of the upstairs bomb sites, CCTV and cache, they don't want to deal with the thermite. Thermite is so strong on this bomb site, not just to open up that CCTV wall,
Valkyrie
but
not
additionally
banned this time.
to open up the other portion of the upstairs,
Wait,
which would
did
be
the
the
bans
jacuzzi
carry over
wall
from round?
or the construction wall. It's going to hinder the attackers.
Which we are not only seeing a bandit brought successfully, but we are also seeing that mute just for that little extra bit of reinforcement to make sure that any bit of denial on those walls is going to be warded off. But that goes into,
Jets
once
after
again,
3 rounds,
the picks and bans. That the fact that it falls off on the half, that you are now
Oh,
seeing
at
what the
halftime,
other
okay.
team had to go against, what that defending side wasn't successful with, you can essentially get rid of once you get to that level and know exactly kind of the approach and how you want to play your defenses or how you want to play your attackers just based off that first half.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looking like it's going to be a pretty default setup from the side of Team Skills. Nothing too crazy here. I am expecting Varsity to either bandit trick this wall, which I think that's what we're going to see here. He's going to bandit trick the server wall. And then the real question is, how is
Ash? I've
going
played this
to
before.
Play into this attack.
For those that are unfamiliar with Siege, and I mean, I suspect there's a few people watching who haven't had full hands-on experience with the game, when you reinforce a wall, it means that you need a specific gadget to cut through that steel reinforcement. Thermite is one of those operators. He was the one that was banned by Team Skittles.
Do they have a plan?
You see that Rasco, playing that ace, will have access to it. Atheno also has access to one of those gadgets. When a bandit puts down those batteries, it electrifies the wall, which prevents that hard breach gadget from going off. Varsity just put down a new battery, destroying one of the gadgets, but he wasn't able to get both walls in time. So there is now an opening through that reinforced wall that the attackers can use to their advantage, but holes work both ways. Defenders can use it too.
And the question is, I mean, we have a lot of intel. We've always stressed throughout Siege, intel,
We're
intel,
playing
and we have
after
that.
the show match.
Not only with the Valkyrie, but then with the Echo. So it's a question of, they have nothing to find these cameras. They have to be vigilant of where they're planting, where they're going to be trying to entry from, and seeing if they can find this intel, where I am going to be expecting Team Skittles to be utilizing that to the best of their ability. And we could see an engagement here happening in construction, where we do see Varsity go down.
Shooting.
He's now getting taken to the gym from Atheno, and it's not looking too good for Skittles.
I mean, when you're playing on Bandit, your primary job is to keep those walls electrified. And Varsity did that for the most part. To die early, we were about halfway through the round. It's not terrible. I mean, you never want to be the team to give up the first kill.
Bad
Skittles
peek, bro.
trade it back a little bit later, and then Roy will give the advantage to Skittles.
Roy guy's
they
a freak.
sacrificed Varsity, and I guess the rest of the team was like, now we can play a little bit better. And they very quickly turned this around. Now Skittles is on the board for this round as well. Every single player in the lobby with a kill. The team's evenly balanced to this point. And boy, oh boy, what a heady task for Rasco and Atheno. On the right side of your on the right side of your screen, you see our free cam showing off part of the objective, but Team Skittles is just indomitable. Macy J closing out the round again. Team Skittles had surrendered the previous round to Team Meaty Marley, but Team Skittles
3-1 up.
Going back to a 2-round lead.
Again, it's that information game. They were playing beautifully with that, going for spawn peaks, running out, capitalizing on those moments, as we just saw in that last, where Skittles jumps out the window, grabs that kill onto Atheno. So again, this is going to be important when you're going into this ban phase. What is your opponent using that is catching you off guard? Get rid of that information. We aren't going to get rid of that information. So that's a little unfortunate, but to say the least for Roy, I think he's going to be a little actually, no, they banned that. So Roy is actually banning his favorite character of Castle. That's kind of a questionable choice on my end, because as we know, he loves Castle. Everyone knows he loves Castle. He makes strats with Castle, and now he's eliminating. So then it makes me question,
I buy Castle.
Then, are they getting rid of the Castle because they know exactly that they're going to try to copy Roy's strats that we've seen through and through on all social medias?
We are very quickly on match point. With a show match, we are playing by the ranked
match point. Here we
go. So
go.
if you are new to Rainbow Six Siege, or I guess Siege X, as we call it now, this is where the end comes for Team Meaty Marley, unless they're capable.
Come on, everybody with me. Meaty Marley. Meaty Marley. Meaty Marley.
If you play this map, the defenders should win the lion's share of rounds. Team Meaty Marley dropped the ball when they were playing as defenders. Team Skittles did not do that on their maiden voyage of defense. Will they prolong this series, or will that be it for our show match?
Stall it.
I thought the teams were
Come on, Marley,
I'm a
win.
little disappointed.
We want
that
more
Team Meaty
games.
Marley have fallen by the wayside. Marley in particular, it's his namesake. both of his kills only coming in the first round.
I was just going to say, it looks like Team Skittles is actually playing into their setup. Where on the other end, on Meaty Marley's, we were kind of seeing, you know, a little unorthodox setup. It's not to say that unorthodox gameplay doesn't work in a game like Siege, but from what we're seeing just at the basic level, Team Skittles is definitely trying to set up properly and close it out here at a 4-1.
Come on.
He does catch the mirror, your boy
Finally.
Roy. He
Nice.
did try
Okay.
to do what Meaty Marley,
4v5
I believe, was
situation.
successful in, but couldn't get it done.
Don't peek,
To continue on, Marley is going to clear with this Nomad. No one's droning for him. This is where you need to be droning. This is key. Quick engagement.
5-3, come on.
Now they're in a 5v3. This is actually looking very good. So as you know, I was commending on Team Skittles. There we go. We see that ingredient being displayed right there to block off any rotates going down through those main lobby stairs.
Here's a
wonderful catch from our observers. But again, this is looking good for Meaty Marley. They just have to play this man advantage.
And these players in the lobby likely have hundreds to even thousands of hours playing on Clubhouse.
Yep.
None of those hours played with the destructible ingredients. So I appreciate the fact that they're trying to use them because it wouldn't be second nature to me. I wouldn't think, oh, I need to shoot one of these fire extinguishers. Oh, I need to pop one of the pipes. I would be thinking, bog standard executes, let's do what needs to be done, but they're showing off some of the changes to Core Siege, and Rasco flattens Macy J.
Let's go.
Marley, and this game is not over yet.
We're not done yet,
think,
baby.
You know,
Bring
I
it
think
back, Marty.
Marley's team heard what you're saying, that you're a little disappointed in their gameplay, and then they go into probably one of the hardest sites to try to take as an attacker, and you do it flawlessly. So again, it's going to be a question of what are you going to ban here?
All right, who are we going to ban?
Get you to
Do they
push
reset
it to
again?
an overtime. Let's see what we are going to see out of Meaty Marley and from Team Skittles to either help secure the game or push it even further. So now we're seeing the Bandit.
All right, here we go.
Seeing the Bandit come out sooner.
The big moment.
When you are on that attack, but we are seeing the ace, so they are getting rid of 2 hard breachers and that ability of Thatcher being able to help assist with those.
I mean, I think the thing with the Bandit ban is that when you go into that second half, you don't know what bomb site it's going to be played on, right? And Bandit really isn't the strongest denial operator on that bottom floor bomb site. You like to see Mute, you like to see Kaid. Sometimes teams won't even run any denial. So if you ban a Bandit on that church bomb site down, or on that church bomb site down below, it's a bit of a suboptimal ban. Now that that bomb site has been locked out, they're not going to go to it again because they, you know they're going to rotate through. You know they're going to go to one of the upstairs bomb sites. Now you can leverage that knowledge into a better ban, and that's exactly what we saw. Bandit is far better upstairs.
I think Team Skittles learned their lesson. They aren't going to play as aggressive. They have a lot of
lock in, boys.
They
Come
have
on, Marty.
On tuber route to be able to use those tuber route canisters and to be able to slow down those hard breaches.
There's one of the pipes.
Take damage in prep phase. That's actually good to know. That's it. Okay. Yeah, you don't take any damage in the prep phase. That is actually, I think, farly beneficial that you don't take that damage.
They're just going to go blow those up before every round now.
Punches it, whatever that is. I do enjoy seeing that.
I think it's pretty understandable that in the onset, teams will destroy those destructible ingredients early until they figure out how to use them to their advantage.
All right, here we go.
You don't want to be in a position where suddenly a rotator is cut off
Reputation on
for
the
you as a
line.
defender, or suddenly there's a burst of smoke that you're not accounting for.
Oh!
Take care of them in the prep phase. Beautiful shot by Nugget to get rid of Macy J. Team Meaty Marley on attack, doing quite well. I guess it's just an attacker-sided Clubhouse.
Now, I am curious in terms of denial. Obviously, we have many things that can deny many things across the board. Now, obviously, with those pipes, when they are destroyed, it does emit that fire. I am curious with a Zoto canister if that then does freeze up the fire, delays it, and then it will
Okay, who's
explode
gonna
almost
win?
immediately after. I would love to see that if we are able to, but not sure if we will, but we will be able to test it ourselves.
These are questions that will be answered when we get greater opportunities to play the core of Siege. A reminder to everybody about getting access to that beta code. It is for Dual Front, not for the core Siege game you're seeing now. If you want to play what you're watching, you got to play regular Rainbow Six Siege at the moment. But the beta code that will give you access to CJX is for Dual Front. Your favorite creators will continue to stream for about an hour once we're done the official broadcast, which is in a couple minutes, frankly. Once this show match is done and we talk to the winning team, we'll be saying goodbye, and then your favorite creators will continue to stream. And if you watch them,
that's me,
and one of the partnered streamers, you can still gain access to the beta code. All you got to do is link your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch account, and you'll gain access to the beta code for Dual Front. That's
I'm actually really good at the game.
PC
I like it a lot.
current gen consoles.
Well, Parker, I am as excited as everyone else is to get my hands on it, but what I'm even more excited is to see this engagement of the Kaid taking that engagement onto Hot Tub, and then
Skittles running it back again.
Of them trying to take site. Marley does a great job taking over construction, but Varsity once again taking it
1v3
to school. It is on Marley for his team to keep them alive.
If Marley fails here, that's the ball game. And it's a strike down the middle from Varsity Gaming. Team Skittles win the very first CX showdown. Look at how happy he is. You can just tell how much it meant to him.
I mean, look at all of them. They're stretching. It's just another day in the office. Look at Macy. He's like, oh, look, this was easy.
I mean, show matches are for fun. We're here to showcase the new goods, but these are ultimately for fun. Teams are going to play operators that you might not see all that frequently. They're going to play operators that might not be in the meta. They're going to play bomb sites that you might not see very frequently. But we got to see in that particular map what the visual overhaul for Clubhouse looks like. We got to see the new pick band phase in action. We got to see those destructible ingredients and how they factor in to the goings-on of a round.
I mean, whether it's the destructible ingredients, whether it's the audio overhaul, whether it's the picks and bans across the board, we are entering a new era where metas are going to be shaped and defined all over once again for this.
Well, you heard from him earlier today, and he's the winner. So why not hear from Skittles again? We've got Patricia down on the stage. She's having a preliminary chat with him.
Hi there. I am here with with Skittles and Team Skittles. Please give it up one more time.
Great job, Skittles. Let's go, baby.
How are you feeling with this win?
Easy.
I mean, you know your way around Siege so well, 10 years, right? Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who are yet to get their hands on Siege X?
Take everything in. It's a completely different game. There's so much to learn. As you guys all saw, there's like a whole new band system, new lighting, new sound, gun inspection. There's so much to learn now. Just take it all in.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Skittles. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you play. Thank you.
Great job!
All right, guys. So I'm about to take off, about to conclude, but before I pass you down to Intero and Laxine, I just have a quick word of gratitude. I have been a part of this game for 10 years now. I can't believe it. Yeah, woo, Siege. And in that time, I have met so many incredible casters and fan artists and creators and devs and cosplayers, and it really is my honor to be a part of what is very much a global community that is Siege, right? And so I just wanted to say I'm so thrilled for you all, so thrilled to see what's coming next and how it continues to bring you all together. Thank you again, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yep. Nice.
Awesome. Okay.
Sweet. Thank you very much, Patricia. Gratitude has been a constant theme here in Siege
we're all
X,
thankful.
and I gotta say, it is really cool to see so many of the people who voice characters in our game show up at events. Patricia is just one of many that we have had an opportunity to meet at events all over the globe, and again, we're not here without you.
Are you
Today
playing?
Was fantastic. I was a little bit nervous about this event because I know how much Siege means to so many people, and we knew the stakes, Gabe. But if anything, today should show how important this game is and how excited people are for the new era of Siegex.
I mean, not even that, but just for everyone involved in the Siege community, whether new or old, this is a moment for every one of us to enjoy,
Hell yeah.
to take, and to appreciate, and to just live in this moment and to carry it for the next 10 years of Siege and on Siege X.
I mean, if it's really 10 years, I will be in my 40s, which basically in gaming years means that I am on the verge of the retirement home. But we got to see the new 6v6 game mode Dual Front. We got to see core gameplay updates. We got to see them in action in Core Siege in 5v5. There were lots of goodies. And
please shut up.
We're not quite done yet. You can still gain access to the Dual Front beta for the last time. My call to action to you. Connect your Ubisoft Connect account and Twitch. Watch either this stream or soon to be the partnered streamers because we're about to wrap up. And you'll gain access to play Dual Front later today on either
You're up
PC
to the verge of a fist fight with this
one
female
of the
teammate?
current gen systems. It has been one heck of a day.
Hell yeah.
And it is a great honor to be one of the two people to take a moment to pay tribute to a game that has made our lives better, but has also just made our lives, period.
Yeah.
Think about where we would be if it wasn't for our involvement in Siege. You've been involved for almost a decade. I've been involved for coming on 8 years. That's crazy. So thank you to you, the community. Thank you to Ubisoft. Thank you to all who took part. Yeah. Cheer for maybe the last time.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Alienware and Blacklight, our sponsors. But before we sign off, there's one person who has had an enormous impact on this game and has, I don't want to say, breathed new life into it.
Me.
But it is undeniable that his involvement, his love of the game, and his constant work on screen and off has made our game bigger than ever. He received a commendation at the 6th Invitational, our World Championship event. Who do you think it is?
King George?
Not King George. No. It's Jinxie, somebody who has breathed life, I will say it, has breathed life into this game. Jinxie has been able to put a big spotlight on everything from the casual scene, the console scene, our involvement in esports with his affiliation with Space Station. He was honored with the MVP award at our biggest event of the year in Boston just a month ago. So many people are here because of him. This game is here because of him.
I'm not gonna. Riot would never do
any
this for me.
experiences with Jinxie? Do you have any anecdotes to
It
share?
is crazy.
I said this in Boston, I'll say it here. I went into Jinxie's stream when he was averaging 10 viewers, 9 viewers, and something that has always stuck with me every time I've had my interaction with Jinxie is he's stayed to his character through and through. No matter he was at 10 viewers, no matter if he's at 90,000 viewers. It is so important to just remember who you are, to stay true to who you are, and Jinxie is truly the epiphany of that.
And it's not just Jinxie himself, but the people around Jinxie. I mean, he's hosted console creator events. He's hosted his World Cup events.
I've done that.
He's got
I've done that.
friends that he games with quite regularly who now themselves have a career. Some of them have homes because of this game and the money that they're able to make by highlighting our game and being a part of this community. It's not easy being a content creator.
It's not.
No, it's not. Trust
takes
me,
a
it's
lot.
not.
And again, I mean,
Trust me.
for everyone involved, everyone plays a ginormous part to that because without all of us, we all can't make this happen through and through.
Yeah, whether it's on the traditional platforms like YouTube or Twitch, or whether it's on the newer platforms, TikTok being the big one, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, there are different ways for content creators to get involved. And today, Siegex was everywhere on social media. And the hope is that that carries forward because it is really a new era for our game. I don't stream much these days. I don't know if you do, but it's kind of given me that itch to get back into it.
We play it?
It is, and I mean, I think we can start our duo shit back up. I think we should play together
You think we should
again.
stream together again?
I think we should.
You want to be a brand risk? You think we should be brand risks when we stream?
I don't think we're ever brand risks when we stream.
I no, it's always fun. And the thing with you and I, and to go back to the point about community, is that through this game, you and I met years ago, and it's a friendship that has transcended gaming spaces.
Brotherhood.
And it's a friendship that you and I share, not just on screen, but off screen.
Absolutely.
As well. So
Awesome.
thank you again to all of you. Just waiting on information regarding Jinxie.
I mean, what information do we need on Jinxie? We've already,
Are they trying to get an interview with him?
He's the face.
I'll take his place.
He's that guy. He's him.
Yeah. I mean, so
Interview
many people
me.
are streaming and watching this game, by the way, but I mean, like, Jinxie's, he's the king.
He's the king.
Interview
He's not
me.
the King George. He's the King Jinxie.
Let me interview.
For those that are unfamiliar with the scene, by the way, King George was, for a period of time, one of the biggest streamers. He is a world champion himself. He came
Sit
from
down.
the esports scene. He still streams. Unfortunately, he's not here, which is a bit unfortunate. I would like to have seen him.
Well, it's hard to see him.
Dude, I should just stay seated. I should just stay seated.
And now he has a bidet company.
He does.
Yeah.
I do have one. He sent me one. And I enjoy it.
What was, before we say goodbye, what was your favorite moment of this event so far? Like,
can I
look
play?
back on all of it.
Honestly, Parker, being here from day one and seeing everything that was unveiled here, there is not one specific thing that I can say I enjoy more than the other. This is for going into a brand
I'm trying to
new
load it
era,
up now, guys.
All of this needed to happen.
I'm loading it up now.
Needed to be added, and it's just changed the vision and what Siege has looked like for so long and continuing to do so. So to answer your question bluntly, I enjoyed everything across the board.
It really was an extraordinary day. And that's the last pun you're going to hear from us because we're all done. Thank you to everybody involved in this production. Thank you to you for watching. You can still get your beta code. So watch your favorite partnered content creators and play Dual Front later today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your viewership, and take care of yourselves.
Hey, that was a great show. Ubisoft, thank you so much for that. And that whole segment, that was great. You guys put together great. The community, all the people involved, the crowd, the cosplayers, all that stuff was top notch. The casters, the employees, great job. Round of applause to you guys. That was awesome. Really looking forward to the future of this game, especially with X dropping. Let's go, baby. All right, so that was the code streaming portion. I'm about to sit here and play it, test it out myself, get my hands on it, see how it feels. I used to play Rainbow Six Siege back in the day. Come back, who knows? Maybe it's gonna win me back. I think it will. I can't wait. So, guys, tell me what was your favorite part? Your favorite new feature? Yeah, E-Rob getting shown. Thank you for asking. My favorite new feature of Rainbow Six Siege X is the new game mode that allows high-intensity 6v6 gameplay with quick swapping of operators. I agree, Josh. And also, when you die, your game's not over. You come back. So, yeah, for sure. Yep, makes sense.